Anthony Show on the Virus. Sirius XM.
Hey,
Figured that much.
where are we at there, Sam? Let's move on to this other fucking thing.
Right, so the Much Music Awards in Canada, and Perez doesn't like the Black Eyed Peas' new album. He said nice things about those people before, but he doesn't like this album, and he bashed it. So then the Black Eyed Peas came up to him at this award show, and they were like, why are you, stop doing this? Why are you, insulting our album? And he was like, kind of like, I can do whatever I want. So finally, this is Perez. He did a video blog where he explains that there was a confrontation after the Much Music Awards at one of the after parties between will.i.am of the Black Eyed Peas, the lead singer or rapper, and Perez.
I am making this video as Mario Lavandera. That is my legal name. What happened to me in Toronto happened to me as a human being, and it should not happen to anyone. Violence is never the answer.
It sure is when it's against you, you dummy. Punched in the face. Good for you.
If you're going to play that game, you got to expect maybe some violence, you idiot.
My legal name is Mario Armando Lavandera, and I have something to say. Violence is never the answer.
Blood should never be drawn. Another person should never be hit. That's why people die.
What is he babbling about?
He was attacked.
Yeah, attacked.
He's got to go hard at Black Eyed Peas on his website, otherwise he loses credibility.
I don't think he will.
Like, if he doesn't, then all celebrities know, I'll just go up and punch this guy in his
him
head.
in the face, and he'll stop fucking
Stop talking
drawing
about me.
cocks in my ass.
Black Eyed Peas are like the safest musical group that any black guy
wait
could
for-
ever be a part of.
Wait for the real gangsters to go, oh, shit.
You mean I could punch that motherfucker in the face?
He gonna get raped after this
Yeah,
one.
fuck that shit.
Yeah, Sam's right. They are.
For a
Man.
shizzle.
Some hardcore
They're
fucking...
safe
They're
gangster.
family-friendly Walmart, like,
Yeah.
hip-hop
Gangster.
music.
You know damn well there's going to be, whatever.
Get some hardcore pipe-hitting niggas. Marcellus Wallace. Oh, no. I got a ball gag. All right. Oh, it just kicks that door shut. Yeah. And I've never... I'm recording this as Armando. And I can't believe this. One punch in the face and now I'm being punched in the rectum. Yeah, you fuck him. That one guy said, yeah, you fuck him. What's that guy's story? Yeah, you fucking fuck him. Oh, my God. Perez Hill's going to take a real fat one. He's going to get one. Ain't going to be no Bruce Willis to fucking bail him out either.
Oh, goddamn. That's Will's boy just beating his ass.
Could someone please Twitter Bruce Willis? Someone tweet Bruce Willis and tell him to bring a samurai sword. Ow, this hurts. Ow. Zed is hurting me. Zed, you're fugly, Zed.
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
The Opie and Anthony Show starts now.
Previously on O&A.
Like Jonathan told me, and this is probably what I would do. If you're going away for one night, you can bring your iPad with you. But if you're going away for 2 or 3 nights, you got to have your laptop. But one night, you could, because it's hard. The iPad is like the iPhone. You can't like type on it with both hands because it's just you have to buy an extra keypad.
I'm a hunt and peck guy.
Oh, are you?
Still, so I have no problem just going. I could type pretty quick, like I do on my iPhone.
Oh, I do it. I have both hands down, and I can type like a 50-year-old woman. My name should be Edna Norton.
No.
What are you going to talk about? I don't know what people would have expected that, but it wasn't like, hey, let's talk about alcohol because that's my thing. It was the vibe of the thing. He was fucking guy came in like he was a funeral dirge.
There's only so much you could do.
Yeah, so really, you butter Bud Light.
He couldn't even name it.
Nobody knows my name.
Cheers.
Oh, and this is the reason you got circumcised.
No, it was because basically, for whatever reason, the hole in the foreskin, the urethra there, it wasn't big enough to stretch over.
So you couldn't get the head of your penis out of your foreskin?
Correct.
You basically bought a turtleneck that was too tight to put on.
That's correct.
When you write, do you write lyrics first, or do you hear like a melody in your head first?
With this, I just let the singers write the lyrics. Oh. Yeah, I try not to. I try to avoid writing lyrics if I don't have to. I have a couple suggestions on the record, but that's about it.
So you give them a beat, and then you say, "Okay, can you put something to this?" And
well, I give them some chords, some music.
Yeah. No, I mean, I go like this. Write something, asshole.
I don't mean that. I should have said that better. I mean, you give them the music.
I think that's the funniest question I've heard on this record so far.
Opie and Anthony, live, next.
Anthony on satellite radio. Those hosts, Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie.
Controversial team. And Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy comment,
profanity like a rap. Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
Our show is stupid.
This is so irresponsible.
This should be illegal. It really should be. It's like, it's so unethical.
God, I hate fucking radio.
This could be the worst audio ever.
Shut up. Shut your fucking mouth. This is terrible.
We just suck all around.
I hope you show restraint in fucking my girlfriend.
This stinks.
Fucking shut the fuck up. We get it. Get it. Get it.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning.
Hi.
Opie and Anthony. I'm just warning everybody. I had 2 hours sleep last night. I'm a bit punchy.
2?
I think 2 hours.
So you're saying you had a good night's sleep?
Oh, I wish.
What happened? Did you just keep getting up and feeding?
Well, I mean, my girl's cool. She's like, just go sleep in the other room. I'm not ready to make that separation yet from the little guy, from the little fella.
Not ready?
Who I believe is trying to turn over already, even though he's 10 days old. I think that's what his problem is. He doesn't want to sleep on his back. Because then you put him on your chest, he sleeps like a drunkard. He's great.
Wow. You put him on your chest and on sleep?
Good sleep.
And then, well, to calm him down.
Puke in the toilet?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Well, he puked all over me. So weird, man. Your kids puke? Doesn't matter. Someone else's puke? Forget about it.
Yeah.
So I had 2 hours sleep. And I think I'm starting to hear and see things because around 4:30 this morning I'm holding him and he's like sneezing. So I go, because this is what you do to a 10-day-old. I go, God bless you. And I swear to you, I think he said thank you.
Oh,
That's
really?
how punch drunk I am. And I'm not making this up for the radio. As I sit here at 6:15, I do believe my 10-year-old kid just said thank you.
10-year-old.
10-day-old. See?
Yeah.
10-day-old.
Holy shit.
It's a great time to negotiate money.
10-day-old. I truly believe he said thank you this morning. Yes, and I wish I was filming it.
Would you be freaked out right now if he called in?
Yeah.
I did say thank you.
You think I don't have manners?
And then I'm opening up the latest baby gifts, and I appreciate everybody who's sending gifts in, but enough with the onesies. I don't need onesies. I don't need T-shirts with cute little sayings on it anymore. I need Ambien. I need a good night's sleep. Start sending fucking sleeping pills. Lots and lots of sleeping pills. I got a onesie from Caroline's that says future comedy star.
Ah, that's adorable.
So maybe I'll have him wear that from 1 to 2 p.m. today because, you know, his stuff lasts an hour before you have to change it.
Before he grows out of it? Or
he's pretty much grown out of the newborn stuff already. Being 11 days late, and he's about 11 days old now, so what? He should have been born 22 days ago, so he's pushing a month already.
Oh, I didn't think about that in utero kind of growth that happens. Yes,
but
yes.
Enough with the onesies. I don't need any onesies. I know you mean well, but enough. And then stupid Dr. Steve sent his yearly batch of horrendous wine.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And I believe you didn't get one of these, Ant, because I think this is sort of a baby/birthday gift.
Yes.
Because I got a birthday around the corner.
Oh, well, that's great. I don't need it. That's okay. You take it.
I got 2 bottles.
No, I wouldn't want to take your
gift. I got 2 bottles.
From Dr. Steve, you take that.
Dr. Steve should go into wine labeling because the labels are terrific on his shitty wine.
He really does a good
and look
job
how
with
he
the
caps
labels.
them off.
The caps look all professional.
This looks like some Silver Oak. I'm talking to the wine lovers out there, and it looks like
very nice. Yes,
the cap itself or whatever, the cork looks like a nice bottle of Duckhorn.
Yeah.
But then you get down to the label and realize it's another shitty bottle of wine from my friend Dr. Steve.
He's named these things after you, I guess, huh?
I'm trying to remember I could tell you what the last bottle of shitty wine was because I haven't opened it yet, and this will reside right next to the other bottle of shitty wine that he gave me last year.
So you're letting it age properly.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that's
exactly.
That's a good thing.
I'm hoping it turns into some balsamic fucking vinegar or something. Yes, Kenny.
Yeah, but GH, it's no good. If you put those bottles side by side, you'll see that the labels are like crooked and offset and off-centered.
Oh, and believe me, Kenny would notice something like that.
He sure would.
Yeah, so you got a question.
Oh, look, if you line them up, that's way off.
Oh, wow. Okay,
is Dr.
you're right.
Steve a drunk?
Yeah, so, you know, like he's a doctor. There's supposed to be precision.
Right.
Yeah. And
right
not,
away.
not there.
Hey, Coke Logic is going with my wine humor because it sounds like he enjoys a nice glass of wine. He writes,
certainly does.
Looks like duck horn, tastes like duck shit. Very good, Coke Logic. I'm going to send you a bottle of duck horn for that.
Oh, he's going to love it.
Send
him a bottle of that.
The label says, Dr. Steve presents Opie's Rancid Balls. That's the name of the wine this year.
Okay. Well, at least it's properly named.
You know, he would sell these to the fans.
Oh, he absolutely
Fans would buy this. If he had one bottle a year, they would buy it just for the goof. It says Opie's Rancid Balls fortified with prostatic, nodule juice, and a hint of onion.
Oh, for the ball thing. Right. Oh, no, don't smash that. Boy, would that make a stinky mess in here.
So, thank you, Dr. Steve, for another bottle of your shitty wine. The labeling looks terrific. The corking looks wonderful.
Oh, wow. Look how fucking off the labels are. One is a good inch lower than the other one.
And they're the exact same bottle.
And they are.
Or they're supposed
and that one, very crooked. Jesus. This is a man that applies dressings to wounds?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing? You missed the wound, Dr. Steve.
Yeah, from a guy that scrapes prostates. Wonderful. Hope you're scraping the right area.
That's where he gets the rancid balls.
Rancid
juice.
balls. So. And then we got some Deadliest Catch stuff today.
Yeah, that was nice. I got a new shirt to wash my car in.
To wash?
To
wash your car with?
Yeah, this. I like how they sent fucking... like we're up in Alaska catching king crab during the summer.
Yeah.
They sent hoodies.
Hoodies, right. Wonderful.
It's today is supposed to be
80.
almost 80 degrees.
Yeah.
But hoodies. Whatever. That's good. That was nice of them. So I just took one of the T-shirts.
Yeah, the T-shirt's all right.
Yeah.
Why are
You
we
like
getting
it, Jimmy?
Why are we getting all the Discovery stuff?
Well, Steve's apparently called them.
Oh, really?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, they're sending us stuff, DVDs of shows and things like that, so we can better. Yes, you got Mythbusters.
Yeah, Danny got a Mythbusters DVD
Season
today.
6. I'm so excited.
How many seasons are they up
I
to?
was like 1,000 seasons.
It's like the best show ever.
many
It's about
seasons.
to break the record for the longest show ever on television.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So,
I love Mythbusters.
It's going to break Gunsmoke's record.
Gunsmoke. You got a couple more years, I think.
Yeah, Law and Order's ending, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
Shrek.
I couldn't believe it was on that long.
20 years.
Yeah.
I don't
20 years,
remember-
2 black criminals.
Yeah, exactly.
Great show.
Some nice Asian terrorists and.
Did they really?
Of course. Why would they have anything? I was watching True Lies the other day. Not True Romance. True Lies with Arnold.
Mm-hmm. Great movie.
That is one of Arnold's best fucking movies.
Oh, yeah, it's a great movie.
It's funny. Tom Arnold is fucking funny in it.
That made him a star.
It really did.
And then they gave him 10 movies after that, and all of them were bombs,
all
and they
sucked.
finally said, okay, look, you got to step aside now for some other guys.
The best and most refreshing part of watching that fucking movie, though, is the Arab terrorists. They are Arab fucking terrorists that are trying to get nukes and blow up the United States. But thank you.
No.
Why?
No. Got to
Why?
call you out on that.
Why?
Yeah.
Because when True Lies came out, the Arabs weren't a threat.
Oh,
that was the
know.
problem. It was probably to avoid whoever the real threat was back then. I would love to know who the real threat was. What year was that movie? 90...
Probably 4.
Mid-90s, 94,
Mid-90s was
95?
after the Russians.
Yeah, it might have been
I mean,
the Arabs.
Yeah. Well, the reason they had
Arabs
Arabs
came
were
on-
because...
Came on the scene because of the first, Trade Center bomb.
93.
But it was
But it was still
because of-
early in their run.
It was because of their penchant for terrorism that they actually made them the bad guys in the movie.
Right.
But then we got so politically correct over the years that you'd never do that anymore. As a matter of fact, and I'm trying to remember the movie, but there was a movie recently that was being replayed where they said Iranian terrorists. And Channel 7 cut out the word Iranian.
Excuse me, it was the Goonies, and I tweeted.
Was
that.
it? Oh, you did?
Are you finally following me?
No,
They
I
tweeted
I
out
got
to-
a retweet.
Oh, you got a retweet.
They blocked the word Iranian?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
watching the Goonies, and I sort of remember the line, but there's something else in there, like fucking Iranian. What was the other word? Which made it like they had to bleep something, but then
Yeah.
they decided to bleep the whole thing. There was an adjective in there.
And do they bleep Libyan out of Back to the Future when it's on regular TV?
What?
Libyans!
Libyans. But they
dub it in. Arizonians!
Mexicans!
Arizonians. Fucking Arizona is not playing. Going to shut off the electricity of L.A.
Yeah, they want to pull the plug.
Los Angeles.
Because L.A. is trying to do all kinds of shenanigans where they're not going to do business with Arizona. And a bunch of other states are jumping on board saying that they're not going to do business with Arizona because of their law.
But Arizona's not going to step down. They're gonna hang tight on this whole thing.
They're gonna stay with this whole thing. And what is amazing is the amount of people in the Obama administration that didn't even read the bill.
Idiots.
And then you think of something like the health care bill. Well, it's thousands and thousands of pages. It's hard to read. This is a 17-page bill. It's 17 pages. And they all have a comment about how racist and horrible it is, but they haven't read it. They haven't read the fucking thing to criticize it. But they go, and they said, well, we know what's in it. Oh, do you? How about you read through it and see how racist it is or whatever? But Arizona's not.
But you do believe
backing down.
Republicans don't read their bills either, right?
No, I believe both the same. Both parties are fucked up.
All right, good.
But the Democrats are just a little too liberal for me.
This time you spank Obama and his administration for not reading it. But I would bet money it works both ways. I think these guys
they're lazy
in Washington don't read the bills for the most part. They have their quote people.
Yeah.
Basically, they have like
interns.
their own version of Love Buzz going, hey, can you fucking read this thing and tell me what it's about? Because I'm too busy trying to get a male prostitute and
to escort me somewhere.
Yeah, and make sure my wife doesn't find out.
My
Thank
baggage.
you. Get back to me, Love Buzz. Thank you. We do have that, though, the Homeland Security Secretary, Janet. That one, right?
Yeah, Napolitano. She's, what a babe.
Jan, I don't think she's a particular babe.
No?
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of Kagan. Gee, what a collection of pigs in that fucking administration. Christ almighty.
That should be his platform, not one fuckable woman.
You can't even make a short list of fuckable women in Washington. I bet you can't do it.
Pelosi with her fucking popped-out eyeballs. Fucking Hillary.
Wow.
And those goddamn stump legs. They should have the women of Obama.
Barbara Boxer, even though she's not an Obama woman, she's terrible.
Horrid.
They're all terrible.
Is there one hot broad down in Washington?
And then the lovely
Barney
fucking...
Frank.
Barney Frank.
Barney Frank.
He looks terrific in a cocktail dress.
Speaking of...
With his fucking old man balls hanging out.
Right there on the cover of the New York Post is Michelle Obama and Barack. They had a lovely state dinner there at the White House with the President and First Lady of Mexico. And that Michelle Obama, they're talking about how glamorous and gorgeous she looks in this dress.
Oh, no,
what is that lump of fat coming out under her armpit?
I mean...
She has a little chub on her.
Oh, God, then cover up.
Just because you put on a nice dress doesn't mean you're... What do they call her in that photo? It's right there. Hey.
What?
Hey.
Oh,
hey.
A dazzling First Lady.
A dazzling First Lady. Hey.
So the radio audience can't see Anthony reaching over his fruit punch for the bell.
You love the bell.
Hey.
Dazzling First Lady Michelle Obama, lovingly.
Yeah, but just because you wear a nice dress doesn't mean you're dazzling.
No, it doesn't.
Right?
She's not dazzling. That fucking armpit fat is coming because it's a single strap thing. Opie, it's one strap over the shoulder. I don't really think she should have gone with this.
She's average. She's an average-looking broad. Average.
She's some...
Whoa, not in that picture.
Whoa, fuck, man.
Whoa.
That is... There's a word for that.
No, she's just average.
Yeah.
And just because she puts on a nice dress for a nice little meeting with a president from a foreign land doesn't mean she's dazzling.
And then they were taking all kinds of heat for having this glamorous dinner during this tough economic time. But even I'll defend them. It's like everybody
does this.
Every fucking president has done this during any type of economy. They have these lavish dinners.
That has always pissed me off, no matter who's in office.
Yeah.
No matter who's in office. Especially when you got your boys overseas fighting.
Yeah.
But I was telling you, I think the Arizona thing.
Yeah.
I think I truly believe now that this country is going to split right in half.
A little Civil War action.
I completely believe it now, and I'm just hoping that we don't have to fight, though.
Oh, bring it.
I hope we don't have to fight. I hope it's just a very easy thing. Which side you're on, and you fill out one piece of paper. And it's like, okay, that's
Are you
it.
first or a Guinness?
Because the Arizona thing, man, is getting ugly.
That's
I
why
mean,
they're
they
going to
can't-
cut LA's power.
I know. I don't
Yeah.
think they could possibly do that, right? Because that would be.
LA's threatening to boycott Arizona and not do any business with them.
So now that they have to negotiate with each other.
So now Arizona is not going to do business with California. Part of Arizona's business is supplying California with power. So they're going to tell them to go fuck themselves.
They should.
Yeah.
They absolutely should. Why would? And LA's mayor blew that off. But why blow that off? Why would you want the power from Arizona?
Yeah.
Why don't you say we don't want a quarter of our power, which comes from you?
Yep. How about we shut off your water so you turn back into a fucking desert again, Southern California? That'd be nice.
It's getting very interesting.
And the people in general, the majority of people, agree with this law. This has nothing to do with Americans' rights. Really doesn't. It's fucking. It really is a burden on the state of Arizona. We here up in the north, in our liberal fucking little corner of the nation, the Northeast, man. It's very difficult to relate to a state that is being overrun by illegal immigrants, costing billions of taxpayer dollars a year, billions a year, to deal with this problem. And they finally decide, hey, you know something? For years and years, we've been saying close the borders or at least keep an eye on the borders. Do this. It didn't work and doesn't work.
And you're a racist if you want to do that. If you're a Minuteman, you're a racist.
Exactly. So the state itself has decided, all right, we're going to do something, make a law. We're going to start checking people out, making sure they have proper credentials to be in this country. And with reasonable cause to search. They're not fucking just pulling people off of out of their cars and trains and buses and saying, where are your papers? Because everyone's comparing it to Nazi Germany. Probable cause. You're able to ask somebody for their identification. If they don't have it, get your fucking ass back across the border and do something in your own country to make it a better place. You ever see a satellite fucking photo of the border of the United States and Mexico? It is astonishing that you can see the border. You know how you were saying that there ought to be lines in the country showing the borders? If you look at a real, actually, it's more of a vegetation oriented photograph. You can see the border. Yeah, see?
You can actually
because
see.
there's healthy, growing farmland and just good soil and everything else in the northern part, which is the United States. The second you cross that border, it's shit. It's just, they're not doing it. Do something. Make your own corrupt country a better place to live and stay the fuck out. Christ.
Or come legally, that's all.
I'm from the school we should just
Gotta go up a little north. There's a buffer.
I'm from the school that we should just left everything alone. It was working out
What do
fine
you
for
mean?
everybody. Just, you know.
Like, let him have the Alamo?
Look the other way.
There
Let him cross the border and do all the shitty jobs for us.
Yeah?
I like simplifying
When it
things.
was the good old days, they
You
come
know.
up, pick the fucking cabbage. Apparently, though, it's not as good as the good old days because when they're done picking the cabbage, they go to Phoenix, Arizona, which is now the kidnap capital of the United States, and kidnap people. And cause a ruckus and crime.
How many? 2 or 3?
No, there's quite a few. I'm not going to give a number because I always get chastised when I
10,
give a number.
11?
I get chastised.
We could sacrifice 10 or 11 people for people doing
10,
shitty
11,
jobs.
billions of dollars Arizona is spending on this illegal immigration problem of taxpayers' dollars. They're finally deciding to do something, and they get fucking flack for it from these liberal shit states.
And it's going to split the country in half.
Good. Bring it. I love it.
It's happening.
Brother against brother again. The blue against the gray. Let's roll.
I just hope we don't have to fight.
Why?
I don't feel like fight. I have a big family. I'm sure I'm going to have to take out a brother or two.
You think one brother would go to one side and the other like the old Civil War?
Oh, yeah.
Scarlet, my darling, I am here in battle.
I think if I had a guess, I think most of my brothers agree with your political platform.
Yeah.
And me, not so much. But I think most of my brothers would completely agree with you.
Uh-oh. They'd be
Oh, yeah.
firing on you.
That's what I'm thinking.
They'd be firing. You'd be defending the illegal Mexicans.
Well, look, man, they're gonna have to climb up 40 stories to get to me.
Oh, okay.
Good luck
you're
with
fighting
that.
from your house.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. I was figuring on doing the
Oh,
same
hell
thing
yeah.
myself.
Hell yeah.
I'll just wait. I'll
I'm
fight from my
I'm
house.
on the high ground.
You got the high ground.
I'll shut
True.
the fucking electricity off to the elevator. I'll have enough food to survive. You come and get me. I'm not going easy.
I'm there.
I think at least two of my brothers are right with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You should be doing the radio show with them. You guys would have a ball.
Oh.
Oh boy, would you have a ball. So you want this audio from Janet?
Yeah, let's hear her.
So what is this about? She admits to John McCain that she hasn't read the Arizona immigration bill.
Yeah,
this
there's
drives
another one that I didn't realize she had
Oh,
neither. How
yes,
fucking
yes.
Holder didn't? Eric Holder didn't?
Oh, Eric Holder didn't read it.
How embarrassing.
And there's a couple of more that were asked, did you read the bill? And they said, no, I haven't had a chance. I didn't. But I know what's in it.
Just
do you? It's 17 pages.
Why don't you just read it so you can say you read it?
Exactly.
A lot of these guys do this. They don't read their bills.
A 17-page bill? They don't read their own fucking
But
bills.
Healthcare and Patriot Act are like big ones. Like
They
those
didn't
are
even
long.
read them!
I'm saying those are long fucking bills.
Yeah. 17-page
Jesus.
bill. You could read the fucking thing and see word for word what it means.
Really, Ant? You don't even read the prep sheet every day.
This
is 2 pages.
That is drivel, and believe me,
Well,
I
that's
know
probably
what's in
what
it.
they're thinking. that's probably what they think down in Washington.
And smarter.
That's right. I don't need something as silly as a prep sheet.
Aunt peruses. Fart, pussy, dyke. Okay, got it. That's our stories.
No kidding. All right, here's the audio.
I could ring the bell on that story. All right.
Here's the Janet Broad.
If I might ask, have you had a chance to review the new law that was passed by the state of Arizona?
I've not reviewed it in detail. I certainly know of it, Senator.
So you're not prepared to make a judgment on it?
Senator, that is not a law. Let me just say this. As you know and are well aware, that's not the kind of law I would have signed.
How do you know that?
You didn't read
didn't
the fucking
read it.
thing.
You know
and
what?
boy, what a humana
What a
that was.
fucking knee-jerk reaction.
God bless
dummy.
John McCain on this one.
Yeah. Oh, he was calling them all out.
God bless John McCain for calling
McCain
him
was
out.
calling them all out,
That's
and
a
they were
mistake.
just like, well, I haven't really read through it, but I know this is not a law I would sign. Really? How about you read the fucking thing?
Wow.
And then it continues with the same woman, I believe. Yeah.
And for what reason?
Well, because I believe that it's a bad law enforcement law. I believe it mandates and requires local law enforcement or puts them in a position many do not want to be placed in.
Oh, stop it.
When I was dealing with laws of that ilk, most of the law enforcement organizations in Arizona at that time were opposed to such legislation.
Bullshit.
Well, I'd be pleased maybe in writing to hear what specific aspect of the law would impede or harm law enforcement, since the majority of law enforcement in Arizona strongly supports this legislation. And unfortunately, both the President of the United States and the President of the United States portrayed it as that someone can't even go out for ice cream without being harassed, which is one of the more outrageous statements I've ever heard. And now our own Attorney General has, after condemning the law, said that he hadn't even read it.
Wow. That's McCain, right?
Oh, yeah.
His S's, he really shits those S's, but
Well, if
how
you've been-
fucking
if you've
embarrassing.
been knocked in the teeth
Yeah.
over and over again.
Get a VC rifle
Yeah,
butt to the
exactly.
bridge of your fucking mouth.
Let's give him a break on his slight speech impediment.
How does...
Had his fucking nails ripped off one by one.
Good for McCain, though. Fucking
Yeah.
smashing.
Yep.
How do you not? The attorney... What does she do? I mean, what is exactly her...
What, the Attorney General?
No, that's Holder. What is she?
Oh, she does. She's the head of Homeland Security.
She's the thing.
Okay. So she has
Yeah.
not read it.
Nah, it's-
Homeland Security, which kind of deals with borders on some level, and she
Yeah.
doesn't read the fucking border law
Yep.
and then condemns it.
And condemns
what a
it.
Dumb what a dummy, man.
Isn't that nice?
What a dummy.
This is regular
mean-
practice in Washington, though. I don't
But-
care if it's 600 pages or 17. These
huge
these
difference,
guys
though.
are not fucking reading their
In
shit.
this case, it's very important for these idiots to read this for their own self-preservation. I'm talking about for their own self-preservation. The closer they get to these November elections, they are fucking tripping over their dicks left and right. They can't get this shit right, they're going to lose the goddamn House and Senate. You watch these motherfuckers lose it.
And the difference between this and a lot of the other ones is people know how small this law is. Like as far as it's very readable in one sitting.
Yep.
And also, it's like polarizing states to boycott Arizona and try to hurt them financially. And almost it seems like with the backing of the administration, and the administration hasn't read the bill. And I haven't read the bill. So I'm not 100% for it or against it. But I'm not a policymaker. My job is to go, here's my balls, they stink. That's my job. I'm not the fucking attorney general. Oh, I do like Eric Holder and his dumb mustache.
You like him?
I do. Yeah, I don't love him, but I don't really dislike him either.
I think his policies are a little too fucking personal.
Maybe.
And race related.
How about a kiss?
If you know what I mean.
Why don't we?
Of course we do.
Why don't we move on to? Why don't we move on to other politics? Because we have a lot of great stuff today. You want a high school teacher in L.A. goes to UCLA and speaks in pro-Mexican revolution rally.
That was a while ago. That was
this is old shit?
I would say that's probably about a week ago. Yeah, that actually happened then.
So maybe...
Can we have somebody look up if he's been fucking fired or any problems have happened to him, though?
So we shouldn't play this? This is too old?
We can play it. I mean...
yeah, it's fucking business as usual.
So you don't need to do that one? Yeah. All right. And then Seattle cops tell man, I'm going to beat the Mexican piss out of you and stomp on man's head.
Oh, yeah? Did he?
Huh?
Yeah, but he was innocent.
He did?
He was an innocent guy, too. He hadn't done anything wrong.
The cop?
No, the Mexican gentleman. It was a bad policing.
I'm trying over here.
I think the cop breaks down, so this might be worth playing.
Uh-oh.
Seattle police were
That's
video.
what got started on the police
Oh,
force
this is the
with
one.
2 bad knees. I just wanted to beat Mexicans. And my dream came true.
Can we hear Mike Schmidt?
Some 18 years ago, I left Dayton, Ohio,
It's right there.
with 2 very bad knees
Listen for True. My favorite part.
and a dream to become a Major League Baseball player. I thank God this dream came true.
That is the whiniest baby cry sound ever.
Mike Schmidt's an animal, though.
Yes,
Don't say that to
well.
his face.
No, he'll kick a Mexican in the head.
He probably would.
Yeah.
Seattle police detained 3 people, including a Hispanic man, in their hunt for possible armed robbery suspects. Now look at the man on the right, lying face down, without handcuffs, and not under arrest. Listen to what one officer says. Seconds later, the man moves his hand, appearing to wipe his eye. The officer kicks him in the head as he wipes his boot on his hand. A female officer stomps on his leg. Police realize they detained the wrong man, lift him up, and let him go. The video does not show a medic arriving on scene, even though the man has cuts on his face and appears to have trouble walking. A freelance photographer captured the video.
So they kicked you in the head, man?
Yeah, they did.
Tell me why they kicked you in the head.
I don't know. They just came in here, they knocked me down and kicked me in the head.
And you had nothing to do with what was going on?
Nothing to do.
Obviously, the first problem here.
Whoops.
What are the cops doing? I'm just saying, everyone is videotaping.
Yeah, I know.
You got to assume that they're just videotaping you at every situation.
You know what the thing is? You know how many instances there are of things like this, and how many of these things happen with no incident every second of the day? Every second, someone is being apprehended by the cops and things. And, you know, occasionally this stuff happens.
Right, but
it's like
it's hard to defend. I'm going to beat the Mexican piss out of you.
It's like that quote in American History X. You know, we do give the police a certain amount of, you know, little fucking
leeway,
power,
little power,
because we're not willing to do it ourselves. So we give them this kind of power, and they do use it and sometimes abuse it, but everyone makes a mistake. I've gone into a deli and gotten a sandwich that I didn't order.
That is true, but you didn't. When you didn't get liverwurst, you didn't step and kick on the salami. You didn't punch the salami.
You fucking piece of salami.
Yeah. That's a rough one to defend, because especially
Oh, I
since the
know.
guy didn't. I don't care about the politically incorrect language if the guy did it.
Yeah.
But the guy didn't do it. It's like you can't just,
Yeah.
detaining a guy is one thing, but kicking him and
I know.
that's a rough one.
Well, we get to hear from the cop.
It was during this contact that I chose words as part of my conversations with that young man that were
With that young man. All right, you know what?
Now it's
Another-
a young
all right.
man.
Why didn't we set
He was
this
a
up?
fucking Mexican when he was doing
Yeah.
it.
Conversation.
Conversation. My boot was speaking to his face in Bhutanese.
Yeah, this is we have to set this up. It's a fake apology.
Yeah. This is fake apology.
This is a fake apology that someone gave him a piece of paper and said, "Study this. You're going in front of cameras in 15 minutes, and you better make it sound sincere."
Do you think
we've all been there?
Fake tears.
Yeah, I know. I think he's afraid of losing his job.
Oh, yeah,
but the
he
way
is.
he's phrasing it, I chose language in my witty repartee with that young gentleman.
By the way, fired, so
Oh,
fired.
so fired. Or maybe desk desk
Yeah,
job.
you think desk job? I don't know.
Because of human resources, they make it very hard to fire people in this day and age.
It was during this contact that I chose words as part of my conversations with that young man that were offensive and unprofessional. The day is not past in which I wish I could rewind the events of that night
Or at least the tape.
and take back those
Yeah.
hateful words
Take back
expressed.
those tapes.
As a result of my comments, I have not only embarrassed myself, but I have truly let down my colleagues.
Oh, boy.
Colleagues who, without thinking twice, would lay their lives down for me. To Chief Diaz,
Chief Diaz. Uh-oh.
men and women at Seattle Police.
Oh, boy.
Oh, not Chief Diaz.
Oh, and all you want is a Chief McCluskey.
Yeah, right, sure.
Hold him up. Hold that Mexican up.
Oh,
Not the first Mexican I've ever frisked.
it couldn't be worse than Chief Diaz.
It's not Chief Flanagan. Oh, boy, this is not
How
going
are
to be
the
good for
tacos
this guy.
here? Shoot him in the throat.
That's right. I'm going to speak Mexican talk to Mike.
Oh,
I want my brother coming out of there with more than just an enchilada in his hand.
We could tape the burrito behind the toilet. Oh, my God.
Chief Diaz.
You don't want Chief
Oh,
Diaz.
boy.
Oh, boy, is he in trouble.
He's apologizing to good old Chief Diaz.
Would lay their lives down for me. To Chief Diaz, and the men and women of the Seattle Police Department, I can only offer my most heartfelt apology and to promise you that I will strive to be better and that I will represent this department in the most professional manner. To the Seattle community,
Day
in
late and a
particular,
peso short.
members of the Latino community, I know that my words cut deep and were
So
very
did your
hurtful.
boot heel.
That's the problem.
Yeah, words. It wasn't so much the words as your boot.
This is really new, right?
That's, wait, that's...
A couple days old.
I
at
want to
this
say a
point?
week old.
About a week and a half.
All right, well, I haven't been here, man.
We could,
I don't know what's old.
We could...
Find out if the fucking guy got fired. We would know by now.
Oh, that's Chief Diaz. I want to know what happened to the guy, and also the Mexican high school teacher. Not that I think he should be fired for speaking out and saying what he wants to say, as long as he didn't, hey, he's a citizen. But I know that
Barely.
in reverse would be a bunch of shit.
Yes, of course.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's some great audio.
Yeah, that is something.
You want to do our...
He's just blubbering through his whole apology.
We also have, because we're kind of doing politics, we got the Linda McMahon thing. We got Alan...
Isn't that wrestling? I love when she was giving a
Well-
speech and a big chair came and just hit her in the head and she went, oh, and then Vince comes running out
She's
and
running-
a bunch of wrestlers come running out to help her. No?
Vince's wife is running for the Senate out of Connecticut.
And
her opponent, Richard Blumenthal.
Oh, he's a little fibber, isn't he?
Apologizes for misspeaking about serving in Vietnam.
Did he say misspeaking the same way Hillary said about misspeaking when it came to that Bosnian thing?
Yes.
They're fucking lying.
Yes.
You don't accidentally think you were in the nom.
Yeah. That's not something you just forget and go, oh, yeah, I wasn't. Yeah.
The word misspeak, this soft way of saying I lied, that cop misspoke.
Right.
That was misspeaking.
Yeah, this is just horse shit. I mean, this guy is a liar. He lied to try to get support, I guess.
Well,
is he Republican or Democrat?
Democrat.
Another Democrat lying about where they served.
Yeah.
But again, I'm sure Republicans do it too. But
he,
they absolutely do.
The word misspeak is what bugs me.
This guy got all kinds of deferments to stay out of the military during the Vietnam War. He finally ran out of deferments, and they. Well, that's just watching
That's Giant
the
Stadium
demolition of Giant
going
Stadium
down.
there. That's something. Thermite paint. Oh, shut up, you boob. Yeah, he got all kinds of deferments to stay out of the military, and then finally, when his deferments ran out, he joined the Marine Reserves that had him stationed here in the United States the entire time. And then he was talking about this collective we thing when talking about Vietnam vets serving in Vietnam. When we came home, we were subject to being spit on and cursed at and called baby killer. I mean, he used all the catchphrases, the little hot points.
All the catchphrases of the vet?
Of the Vietnam vets that actually were over there.
All right, let's go back to 2008. This is what Blumenthal said about Vietnam.
This nation has a way of sending young men and women to war and then forgetting them when they come home. And that is unforgivable. And I know that congressmen like Chris Shays are working very hard to change that situation. We have learned something very important since the days that I served in Vietnam. And you exemplify it. Whatever we think about the war, whatever we call it, Afghanistan or Iraq, we owe our military men and women unconditional support.
He said,
"You're a liar!
Goddamn
liar!
Shut your goddamn mouth!
I served in Vietnam. He said, since the days I served in Vietnam. That is a lie.
All she should do is play that and go, what's his name?
Blumen
whatever.
Blumenthal.
Blumenreich?
Blumen whatever.
Blumenthal.
He lies.
Yeah.
Stop allowing them to say misspoke.
Misspoke. That's not a misspoke. That is a lie.
Yeah. Well, he's going to try to explain himself. Let's at least hear him try to explain.
All right.
Yesterday, he had this to say.
I'm proud of the veterans who are standing with me today. They know that I attend dozens of military and veterans events every year.
Can you pause that, please? Yeah, in times of peace, those are easy to show up to.
Anybody can attend those.
I'd be happy to go, too.
How about you attend the Battle of fucking Wei?
Yeah. Where were you when My Lai was happening? The Tet Offensive.
Were you in Da Nang, motherfucker, or were you in fucking Trenton?
We could all go to the Veterans Day parade, but when fucking the Tet Offensive was having, you were sipping a fucking daiquiri somewhere. Your fucking feet up in northern Toronto.
Northern Toronto. Fucking not just Toronto.
Fucker.
He was scared. He had to make sure it was northern Toronto.
That to me is fucking. When Hillary said it about being in Bosnia, but especially this, that is so fucking disrespectful to guys that went to Vietnam.
Yes.
He continues. Let's see if he can talk his way out of this.
Yeah. Every year. They know that I routinely describe my pride in having served in the United States Marine Corps Reserves during the Vietnam era.
Oh, God.
They're trying to back him, but that's got to just really annoy.
That now he's trying to clear things up by saying it that way. That's the way he should have said it initially.
Apparently, the clip that they got from where he does misspeak. Apparently, there's a longer version of that video that had just been released where he does actually say in those words that he served during. Before he actually makes the comment that he served in.
He says in the Marine Corps during the Vietnam era. But then he says...
And then later on says served in Vietnam.
Yeah, he kind of... I think he probably said it the first time, looked around and said, anyone on to me? All right, I could go deeper into this. I think I could go deeper.
Or that's
the way the motor pool clerk laughs. That's all he fucking was able to say, this pussy motherfucker. Let's do the whole goddamn hotel.
You ever see integrity come apart like that?
Yeah, you ever see a deferment come apart like that?
Denny's waitress. I bet she runs the whole show.
Can we hear the one time again his fucking lie? Because I want to hear if there's a way he said it where he could be saying that he's saying something else even though he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got the second half of yesterday's clip.
Now, on a few occasions, I have misspoken about my service.
Misspoken.
And I regret that. And I take full responsibility.
Of course you do.
But I will not allow...
You all said it. You said it, asshole.
What won't he allow? Himself to go to Vietnam?
I will not allow anyone to take a few misplaced words
like
and
I in
impugn
Vietnam.
my record of service to our country.
This fucking prick.
What an asshole.
This fucking prick. Making it look like people are unpatriotic to question when he lied about going to Vietnam.
Yeah,
That's a big misplaced word.
Exactly.
Here's the original clip again.
This nation has a way of sending young men and women to war and then forgetting them when they come home. And that is unforgivable. And I know that congressmen like Chris Shays are working very hard to change that situation. We have learned something very important since the days that I served in Vietnam, and you exemplify it. Whatever we think about the war,
we have learned some very important.
whatever we call it, Afghanistan or Iraq,
no
we
way to
owe
spend it.
our military men and women unconditional support.
See, I was wondering if there was a way he could have spun that where he put the commas in the wrong place. Like,
he wanted people to think that
he did.
Since the days that I served.
Right.
And he even said, like, the days that I served in Vietnam.
In Vietnam.
In Vietnam,
Not
yeah.
just served in general.
That's right.
During a war.
Oh.
Whatever. They're all full of shit.
He should have actually gone to Vietnam. Like, he should go now and get a job in a restaurant and serve somebody and then leave. That way he could say he served in Vietnam. I'm just trying to help him out.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You know, how annoyed McCain must be, though? The guy like McCain who really fucking served.
Served? The guy got fucking beaten, every bone in his body broken by those little bastards.
He got deferments to come back to the U.S. from the Vietnamese. He fucking could have left, and he stayed.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a ballsy dude,
stayed
man.
with his
All right,
guys.
why don't we take a break? Because we got a lot to do today.
Wow.
Laszlo's coming in to talk about
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yes.
Right.
I got quite a few little things on Twitter and stuff saying people heard my character. I guess the main character interacts with my guy at some point. The
very cool.
The gunsmith. I start talking about the Second Amendment and stuff to the guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I get all rambunctious. And then someone said, it's great. It sounds like a more tamed down Yosemite Sam.
Oh, nice. I want to play this one. I definitely want to play this game.
That was definitely one of the hard things about doing the voicing for this game, because it's not like GTA where you could just talk and be like a regular person in the street. Like, you had to not only be Old West, but like Chicago, like Midwest. Old West.
Try to sound like the Old West.
So it was like two different. Sure. It's like you try to do two different, things at once.
I want to find out. Interesting. I want to find out today what I was supposed to be in this.
What
game.
your lines were supposed to be?
Yeah, because I blew off another thing. I gotta stop blowing stuff off.
The reviews are just ridiculous.
I know.
It's amazing.
This game looks like it's going to
9.5s and 10s on all of the fucking publications that matter.
That's
This is IGN. IGN is given, and that's one of
And
the
we're
more...
setting up the game in studio so we can check out shit?
Yep.
Is he
We'll have
bringing
the
his game guy in?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, wow. We're going to have fun with Laszlo today. And he'll talk about other tech things as well.
What is IGN's rating for this?
A 9.7.
9.7. That's big.
Wow, that's huge.
You give out a lot of 9.7s?
And that's, IGN
Do they give
is
out
one
a
of
lot
the-
of 9.7s?
Not really.
No.
I mean, it's got to be a pretty decent game to score this high.
I'll play that.
We're going to take a break. We got Brett Michaels on Oprah. I think we should listen to some of that audio today.
Brett Michaels should get that up off of Oprah because it's going to start hurting her.
Oh, Chip. Oh, on Oprah. I got you, Chip.
And we also have Kim Cattrall because the Sex and the City movie is about to hit theaters.
We have Kim Cattrall. Oh, I bet she's saucy.
She doesn't like the term cougar. This will This will be
If the pelt fits.
exactly.
Ugh. Shut up.
Have you seen the commercials for the Sex and the City movie?
How could I miss them?
They're on camels and.
Oh, they just love it.
Under them?
Under them, yeah. Samantha's underneath it, sucking one off.
She's spitting cum like the camel spits.
Doing the fucking horse gag with a camel. Don't knock it till you've tried it.
And one of the dumb entertainment shows said that Sarah Jessica Parker had like 40-something costume changes in the movie. I guess that was a big deal.
Different colored saddles.
So we got Kim Cattrall talking about the term cougar and why she doesn't like it.
I can't wait.
Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for that. Lots of radio to do. Joe Cocker is 66 today.
I thought he was older.
No kidding. I think it's the alcohol.
Yeah.
I interviewed him when I was at BAB. He came in. He came in with no shoes or socks on. This is a true story. I just remember this. I forgot all about this. Dirty feet.
Of course.
Disheveled with a six-pack. I forgot what the six-pack was. That's how he showed up for the interview.
Yeah, he was kind of known for that.
Yeah.
Well, is.
Yeah.
Still alive.
So he's 66 today. And Cher is 64. Wow.
Cher is 64?
Wow, yeah.
Wow. Holy shit.
Unbelievable.
That is 64 and you got to deal with that fucking mess daughter turning into a man. Like at 64, you should just be on cruise. Cruise control.
And not dealing with anything?
Oh, not have to deal with the fact that your daughter wants to fucking be a man.
I don't think Cher is really dealing with it, though. I think she's kind of stayed in the background with the whole Chaz Bono thing.
Chaz Bono.
What's her male name? Chaz?
Yeah, Chaz.
And her female name was
Chastity.
Chastity. So now she just goes by Chaz.
Chaz Bono.
And she's been on hormone treatments for, I don't know, 6 months by now.
Yeah.
And there's no changes.
No, her tits look like big man boobs. They're fucking.
I can't wait to see
fat.
the beard, though.
The beard is something every woman that turns into a man has to grow the beard to reinforce that manliness thing.
I told the story of the kid that I saw walking in my neighborhood fully dressed as a woman. Did I tell that story on the show?
No.
And I don't understand these people that feel like, well, they have to be a female. This kid wasn't close to a sex change, and I think he was only about 18, 19 years old. He had kind of curly hair, he was chubby, and he had ribbons in his curly hair. And then he dressed like old school, like an old school woman from the 50s. Like, why do they have to go with the old school outfits?
I love when they do that. They just pluck a bit of history out and dress like no one dresses.
Really strange. And he had like old heels that you would see like Lucille Ball wear or something. You know what I mean?
A little I Love Lucy hat tacked to the side of his head.
Yeah, it might as well have been. I mean, like he stepped out of the 50s, the early 50s. And then I continue walking down the sidewalk, and then there's women that are dressed like men, really, because they got jeans on, shoes, and you know, they're not really that. Women aren't really that feminine anymore to begin with. Most of them.
Oh God, what is that?
That's what is that, Danny?
Was that a woman and then became a man? It's got like kind of a beard growing there. I don't know. Bearded women.
Bearded women. There's a website dedicated to bearded women.
That is really fucking
wow! Look at that.
Just not very sexy.
What's the site? Is it unfuckable.com?
They only have 2 pictures on the whole site.
Yeah.
They're very hard to come by.
They got to step it up a little bit. There is more. We got to see more pictures of bearded women.
Bearded women.
Come on.
That just looks like fucking
the same person with a bunch of YouTube videos.
Looks like Eddie Vedder. Oh my God!
What are you doing, lady?
Well, if you curl the hair, what are they supposed to do?
Shave it.
It grows back.
Got the
Shave it again.
electrolysis.
And then it grows back again.
Well, it's a process men go through.
It's
So let them do
shaving.
it. What's the option? Fucking Fu Manchu? She looks like Geezer Butler. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, I don't understand the women with the like just a few hairs on their chin that are a little too long. It's like
Do
you know how
you know
easy
they're there?
You know how easy that is to take care of.
And you know they're there. Don't tell me you just don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of pigs, Kim Cattrall.
Oh God.
This Sex and the City movie. We got to take a field trip and go see this dumb movie.
We said that with the last one,
We
didn't we?
really have to.
I haven't even seen the last one on any medium whatsoever.
Who likes these movies?
Who likes these movies? I don't know.
Women are that desperate for entertainment? It has to be women, and I would guess gay guys, right?
Yeah.
Are straight guys going to see these movies, these Sex and the City
I want
movies?
to see Rochelle.
What? Rochelle?
Seinfeld.
Oh, God damn it!
I'll just keep making references.
Someone
I'll
out there's
never
getting
get them.
it.
Of course.
I know. I really gotta watch.
I can't stop
Seinfeld
watching
now
them.
that's been off the air. How many years? 15 at this point,
Forever.
maybe. So this is what Kim Cattrall said because all the ladies are doing their interviews leading up to the big premiere of Sex and the City.
Oh boy, those girls! Let me tell you, they are sassy, full of fucking spunk and life, and just the envy of every woman out there. I think
that's right.
Oh, if more people could just have friends and be like the girls from Sex in the City, what a great place this would be.
You know, it's sex.
Having fun,
Is it sex,
open.
Sex in
Sex
the City?
and the City?
Or is it Sex in the City? Now I'm confused.
It's called A Bucket of Shit. A bucket of shit. Ugh.
Who's your favorite, Ed?
Oh, come on. Stop it. Samantha.
Samantha's your favorite?
She is my favorite. And I base favorite on who I hate the most.
You know, I met her once, and she was really, really
Don't
nice.
say it.
No, not hot or
say
any of that crap, but she couldn't have been nicer.
I saw her on the streets with that fruit comedian.
Who? Mario?
Yeah. Mario.
Mario Cantone?
Mario.
Yeah. Who always wanted to be famous desperately, and all right, you're famous now.
Hey, Steam
Good
Pipe
for
Alley.
you. He used to do our show all the time. All right, here's what Kim Cattrall said yesterday in an interview.
You know, I really take umbrage to the code cougar.
Do you take umbrage to that?
Yeah, where's
It's got to, because you got to take the bridge
to get to
Oh, fuck. There it is. Oops. Bridge closed. Accident.
I think that cougar has a negative connotation, and I don't see anything negative about Samantha and sexuality and sensuality.
Holy shit, is she delusional? What a
baby.
Wait, what?
She says being called a cougar is very negative. And
It's
she
negative?
And she doesn't see that in her character in Sex and the City.
What?
Exactly. Let me play that again.
Oh, this is her calling.
Did you guys hear that, or is that me?
Hear
Sometimes
what?
I just hear that sound.
It's in my head.
Yeah.
I know.
That's how I know it's time to go to the bathroom.
All right. Yeah, mine's off.
Everyone's set?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't see anything negative about Samantha and sexuality and sensuality and choice. I don't think that she stands or sits in bars waiting for young men to prey on. And I think that's something that a lot of people who are uncomfortable with strong women have labeled her. I was asked recently by a significant magazine for women over 40 to pose with a cougar. And I refused to do it because I felt it was insulting.
No Womb
and they took
magazine?
away the cover because I refused to do so.
Oh,
My
God.
copy of Dried Ovaries magazine.
What a baby.
Get a hold of yourself. And she's basically saying that all cougars just sit at a bar waiting.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think the cougars are doing
No, she was saying
quite well for themselves.
She was saying cougars don't, and her character doesn't just sit there waiting to prey on young men.
Right.
But every fucking clip they ever play to advertise this whore character is her making fuck jokes, talking about how she fucked last night, how she grabbed some fucking young guy and fucked him. So what does she want?
And isn't she the pursuer usually?
Yes.
So what is she talking about?
She's fucking delusional. Yeah, she's trying to. I think she's trying to spin this into something that it isn't. Oh, what a wreck!
It's a dumb movie.
Shut up.
They're a dumb old broad having a lot of sex.
With their square
Get a hold of
tits.
yourself.
Are
Are they
square?
square?
Oh, God. If you punch up a picture of Kim Cattrall's nude tits, dude, they're square.
They're not
I swear to you,
square.
she has square tits.
Let's take a look.
The bottom is flat, and the sides are flattened.
Why do you think Sarah Jessica Parker never was topless? And whoa.
Look at her square tits.
Whoa.
She has horrible tits.
Who is that?
That's
Kim
Kim
Cattrall.
Cattrall.
Why is she
The
holding
person
two
we're
shoe
talking
boxes?
about.
Shoeboxes.
Look like SpongeBob SquarePants eyes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's just not sexy.
No.
Does any guy find her sexy? Like, all right, there are guys that would be like, yeah, I'd fuck her, but does anyone find her sexy? No.
Not at all. She looks like her pussy smells from a yeast infection or something.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's nothing growing down there. No yeast, no nothing.
And instead of
That's a
cleavage,
barren
she
wasteland.
has like what, bones it looks like.
Yeah.
In between her boobs.
That's good. Her sternum is fucking
Sternum,
looks
right,
like the top
right.
of a Klingon head.
Right, it does. That's what she has in between those
Jeez.
two. God, I met her, though. She couldn't have been nicer. I'm telling
Really?
you. Yeah.
Now, what is that picture?
Her nude
What is
again.
she doing? Why is she next to women that you would fuck? Why would you do that?
Oh, Nick in Maryland. We're trying to figure out what this sequel's all about. Nick?
Hey.
Hey.
So, okay, the first time that this movie came out, Jimmy had all those extra, plots, and I wanted to come up with more because I saw a trailer where they are in, like, I think it's
Abu Dhabi.
Is it?
Yeah, and
They're in a desert on camels. I remember seeing that.
yeah, and Jimmy had that plot line where they made like a factory and then they got killed by like an Arab sheik.
All right.
Right?
Do you have a plot for the new movie?
I already
because I remember for the first one, it was very strange because basically all the main characters were killed within the first 2 minutes of the film.
Oh, yeah, they were.
The best possible.
They were.
Can we find that? Can we find Jimmy's plot of the first Sex and the City
it's
movie?
fantastic.
Because it was a fantastic idea. Yeah. Do you have one, Nick?
Because the thought of the fans.
I don't. I just figured Jimmy would probably.
I did one for this one already, but I don't remember exactly what it was. It was the other day.
Yeah, the thought of the fans going to the movie and getting all excited, hearing the music, ding, 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 and then the credits roll,
Yeah.
and then the opening scene happens, and the entire cast is gruesomely killed, and then the storyline has nothing to do with
All I
Sex
ever
and the
wanted
City.
to see was just that one with just the whole spaceship thing and how it was like not the O-ring, Dan.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Shit.
The
Linger
O-ring.
longer, Nick.
I was just thinking O-ring. Yeah,
I forgot about that. It was they were in space.
Yep, that was the best possible way.
There was a
that movie
few of them. You're right. We're gonna have to dig them up from the first movie so we could get some.
Jimmy, love
Yes.
you. Aunt, you're amazing. Opie, you're an ass, but I love you.
I like the
I
idea.
kind of
Of,
liked my compliment. Thank you.
I like the idea of them going to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
And like as the credits roll, they're like on the plane, like laughing and like smiling, but then you realize that's a flashback, and it goes
I'm
to
very
them.
lost.
Yeah, you realize that they've been arrested as suspected lesbians in an Arabic country.
4 girls traveling like that.
Yes, and they're all sentenced to 27 years. So the whole film is just about their attorneys trying to get the funding to fight their appeal. And they'll occasionally reference them. And one of them has their throat cut in jail by an angry guard, but they just tell you.
You don't see
What's
it.
Sarah Jessica Parker?
Which one is she?
Or they'll say, where? The one, the guy will go, where is Ketty? And the other guy will just put his hands like
do
across
that.
his throat. Like, yeah, like she was slaughtered like an animal.
Do you think that would wreck the franchise that is Sex and the City?
Because it's not about, they would literally be maybe the first 5 minutes. You only get the fucking credits. Remember that shit song is with them on the plane to Abu Dhabi?
And they're just, Samantha's got like a martini glass because they're flying first class. She's like, I can't wait to get there and meet some of the uncut men. And then, and they land.
Are they arrested immediately?
Immediately.
That's a flashback, because, or you just hear like it's shot really like with choppy footage, like lesbian, anti-God, just something like that, and then boom, they're in jail. What happened? And then the whole thing is about their attorneys.
Their attorneys.
They introduce the attorney. He walks in and he goes, I'm going to see what I can do. And then he walks out, and you don't see them again, and it's all about him.
And it's all subtitled. So they're actually speaking Arabic. It's all subtitled.
So you force all the fans to actually read
you have
for
to
an hour and a
read this,
half.
and it's a lot of legal jargon.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of little motions being made?
Is there a lot of files going back and forth?
Yes, lots
between
of
the attorneys?
files and all kinds of legalese.
Oh my
Yes, that would be such a bomb. Do you know how much people would hate that?
Oh, would they be angry?
Like they would think, all right, this is weird, but then like 10 minutes into it, like when this guy with the whole movie is this guy with his briefcase in the car screaming in his cell phone at his
Yes.
wife about something that had no connection to the movie. I mean, he realized they're trying to develop other characters to spin off his film.
He's trying to make a motion,
Yeah.
and it's not being accepted by the court.
Oh, would that just ruin everything for those
That'd
poor
be
people?
so great.
Jason in Indiana writes, Sponge Kim Square Tits, Anthony.
Yes.
So. And also someone is saying Time. She was in Time is not my friend magazine. That's Brett in North Carolina.
Is that what you was reading? Yeah.
Well, let's. People have plots now. Let's say hi to David in Indiana. David.
Morning, boys.
Good morning,
David.
Congrats to Opie on the young one.
Thank you.
I had a plot line where I thought it might be neat if when the plane lands, it crashes, and all four of them are severely burned, and the rest of the movie is them prostituting themselves to raise money to help pay for skin grafts, and then whenever Samantha would get fucked, her burn victim wig would fall off, and it'd just be an awkward situation. for her.
Very awkward, right. Oh, I like that. A little too much of them in it, though.
I agree. I like the idea of the burn victim.
Yeah.
But I think the other three should be killed in a Cessna crash, and what happened is the fuselage, she should be thrown from the fuselage with gas all over her.
Yes.
And then as she catches fire, that's what the movie opens with, just like the scene from a distance in a field smoldering, and you realize it's her body, and they show her thin lips opening. So she's in bandages the whole film.
Yes, that's an even better idea, Jimmy.
Yeah, because three of them are dead, so you don't have to concentrate on them, and you don't even know which one is alive because they can't identify her.
Right.
Will we at least find out at the end? Because that'll keep people to the end of the film, at least, to see who survived the plane crash.
Yes, through dental
whose lips
records.
They are.
They have to go through
Yes.
dental records, so half the film is about the dentist and the problem he's having with his equipment.
Oh, because his computer keeps crashing.
Yeah,
and
and
the
he just-
dental records are on the computer.
He can't identify it, and he's getting involved in a litigation with the company that sold him his identification equipment.
I would like for them to perhaps get off the airplane at Abu Dhabi, and the second they step into the terminal building, someone yells Allah Akbar, pulls the fucking handle, a huge explosion happens. All of them except the redheaded dyke girl is dead, but her arms and legs have been blown off. And she's in this rehabilitation center, but she's only like a very peripheral character. The story is about this rehabilitation doctor and how he helps people cope with the loss of limbs.
And they don't tell anybody, but it's Robin Williams as Patch Adams. And he comes in wearing like a funny nose.
Bringing back his role.
And he uses her torso to make people laugh.
Yes, he comes in and taunts her every day by coming around the doorway with his knees in his shoes like he's short and with no arms, just gloves hanging out of his short sleeves.
And he makes like little quips like, "Oh, this will be handy."
Well, why can't you get a leg up?
Maybe the
Pull
rest
yourself up by your bootstraps. Whoops.
Maybe the rest of the movie is them getting a new arm for her.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the problems
just
they're having
searching.
getting that arm and getting
Yeah.
it to work properly before they actually
Getting an arm that could diddle a pussy.
before
she's
they
a
can
lesbo.
actually give it to her. The whole
Yes.
movie's just in a fucking arm factory.
So many great stories.
But they can't get Robin Williams. They have to use Robert Williams, just some novice actor from Connecticut who has a fake beard.
Hey, Kevin in North Carolina.
Patch Arnold, he calls himself.
Kevin has a great one. Kevin.
I think this is tailor-made for Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino.
Can you imagine?
Oh, okay.
Dungeons on 12, you know?
Yeah, right on.
They end up at the titty twister where they're forced to dance and become vampires.
All the vampires could attack, and then when they get to Kim Cattrall, they're like, yeah, you know what, not so much.
All right, well, thank you,
Welcome.
sir. We got more plots coming in. We got John in Alabama. We're trying to figure out the plot of the Sex in or Sex and the City, the sequel there.
Alabama, man.
What do you got, John?
I got a good one. Kim Cattrall, they brainwash her
She comes back to the United States, sticks about 10 sticks of dynamite in her pussy, and blows up Times Square.
Well,
The Manchurian candidate.
I like your idea, but we got to throw it through the Jim Norton filter because I'm thinking that she's going to be in the movie too long. We don't want him in the movie for more than, 5 minutes, Jimmy?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't mind it if it's really about her pussy getting blown out. I do kind of like that, like she's blackmailed, or brainwashed into doing
Brainwashed, yeah.
And then the rest of the movie is all about the group that brainwashed her. But these plots are too busy. There's too much happening.
Yeah.
I like a good technical courtroom drama around, like, for instance, they're all killed in the plane crash. Like, fuck them.
Okay.
All of them go down.
Dead.
The wingtip hits the runway and the plane flips. And then the entire film is about the lawsuit surrounding the fucking faulty wing flap. I like that. I like the fact that Boeing is suing the company that made the wing flap.
Right, with a lot of technical jargon about the wings.
Yeah.
And who the maintenance schedule of the plane. I want to see all those records on the film. That would be fantastic. I like that one.
Well, we got Mongo the trucker. Mongo.
Okay, we'll take your theory, Jimmy, if they're all killed, like, in the first 5 minutes. And then the whole movie is about this old coroner who has an Asian helper with a penchant for necrophilia.
Oh, okay. It turns into a Quincy movie.
It's actually all about making a Quincy movie.
Yes.
Look at the size of her vagina, Sam. There's winter coats stored in it.
That's awesome. Well, continue.
I would, yeah.
Well, one more.
I like that idea,
one
though,
more,
that
and then
Jimmy
we'll move
had,
on.
yeah.
Mike in Green Bay.
All right, how about Mr. Big gets arrested for not wiping his ass with his hands, and they dress up in an open-ended camel suit with camel face in the front and dried up cunt in the back, and they die of dehydration crossing the desert.
A little too much.
Too much. I like the idea.
No. He's basically saying that Sarah Jessica Parker would play the part of the camel head.
The camel?
So I kind of like
Yeah.
that. The head part. You know, it's one of those suits where all four of them in. And then Kim Cattrall's ass up in the air would look like a dried out camel asshole.
I probably would.
No, I like the idea that the movie's about Mr. Big, but then you realize that they're only calling him that because of his tumor. He has a big tumor at the base of his spine.
See, that's different.
Yeah.
That isn't Mr. Big. That isn't fun either.
No, not at all.
And it's just the tragedy of him going through all kinds of treatment.
Yeah, and the only references to her is her occasionally on the phone, and when he says to the doctors, "Look, could you guys leave? I got to call the horse."
Let's say hi
Or
to...
when she walks in, they all ask for her autograph because they thought she was in Jack Waltz's bed. And the guy, they all want to meet the lady who fucking was in the original Godfather.
Let's say hi to Tom in Tallahassee. Tom.
Hey,
you're out, Tom.
I've got an idea that going with the previews that they have, Mr. Big finds out that Carrie was cheating, so he has the four of them classified as enemy combatants.
Ah.
So then they get water tabled for the whole beginning of the movie. Then when they realize their mistake, they realize they just have to dispose their bodies in the desert somewhere.
Well, what about a good
That's a little
old-fashioned
simple.
waterboarding for the entire movie? Or are they in the film too long?
Too much. Then you care about their plight.
Yeah. They got it. They got to go right away.
Right away, right?
Yeah.
It's good for the franchise?
Absolutely.
Okay, I think...
Just go. You just see glittery jewelry fucking explode somewhere. Severed limbs. A nice Sarah Jessica Parker fucking leg here. That horse Samantha head laying there.
What a horseshit movie this is going to be. But the women are going to fucking love it. I don't know
Oh,
why.
they flock to this crap.
We got that production piece you were talking about? We have a Sex and the City production piece that revolves around what Jimmy said about the first movie that came out. Check this out. We're staying. We're staying. We're not doing a break. We're just playing this and coming right back.
It's the full-length Sex and the City movie you've all been waiting for.
The ultimate single gal, Carrie Bradshaw, will be married to John James Preston come fall.
No, not that one. That one fucking sucks.
She's about to marry Mr. Big.
Yeah.
All four of them are in the SUV on the way to the church.
But real life always has a twist.
And a dump truck barrels through a red light and kills them all. We've got a problem. And all of a sudden, the next thing you see is like four bodies in the street with white sheets over them, and the credits start rolling.
O&A Pictures proudly presents Sex and the City, the Everyone Dies version. Watch and laugh your ass off as the four main characters get hit by a truck and get spread like mulch all over the streets of New York City. Coming to a theater near you.
Oh, fuck, that's good, man.
The beginning
that's
is
perfect.
just them being plowed over
That's
by a
perfect.
dump truck. Oh, God.
She was almost hot when she was younger, this Sarah Jessica Parker. Almost hot, I call it. L.A. Story, almost hot. She was hot, and you're going with hot? I say almost hot.
Yeah, I remember watching that movie like a very long time ago and thinking that she was really
Wasn't
cute.
she on roller skates or
Yeah.
something in that
She
movie?
played like a ditz, just some ditzy chick.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
I say nothing. I didn't know she was in the French movie Lost Story.
Oh, it's L.A. Is that her from Lost Story?
No, it's even earlier than that. This is Girls Just Want to Have Fun, 85. But here, I'll pull up some LA Story.
Girls Want to Have Fun. Who the fuck was in that movie? I don't remember that movie.
Oh, I bet I could tell you what the opening song was, though. Nothing better than a movie
See?
based on a song.
See, she's almost hot in L.A. Story.
Yeah.
Like almost.
Yeah, well,
She falls just short of being hot.
She was looking almost hot in movies in the 80s. There's a problem in 2010.
True.
She was okay. I mean, I wouldn't classify her as hot. Just, yeah, she was okay.
She had youth on her side.
I mean, this is almost 20 years ago already.
See, you don't,
yeah.
You don't mind a chubby girl if she's young.
Oh, I would
A middle-aged
differ with that.
A middle-aged girl that's chubby, that's rough.
I don't like chubby girls on principle.
But a young chub, not bad.
I thought she was good in Ed Wood, like her performance. She wasn't hot or anything.
Was she
but,
in Ed Wood?
She was Ed Wood's
Holy
chick.
shit.
Yeah, she was
there.
Ed Wood's
The first chick, yeah.
Holy shit! I
Sarah
forgot all
Jessica?
about that.
I don't remember. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I gotta fucking watch Ed Wood again.
Ed Wood rules.
Yeah, it sure does.
Oh, it's great.
And when that scene, that little exchange that they have in the hallway.
Oh,
Hi,
yeah.
Alice. You know, whatever.
Hi. Well, what are you doing?
If you see the original Ed Wood,
Yeah.
they just basically did that scene out of the original Ed Wood movie verbatim. Like
Yeah,
the
it's
scene is
perfect.
perfect. Their
Yep.
acting is perfect. It's just exactly the scene.
Acting? Is that what you were calling it? It is so
well,
bad.
in the movie Ed Wood.
Yeah.
Can you get an Ed Wood clip on YouTube? Really, his films really were that bad.
Like real Ed Wood? Like real?
The real Ed Wood, not the movie, but the real Ed Wood.
We're gonna do this though. We're gonna take another break because we gotta get ready for Ian Halpern and we gotta get ready for Laszlo. So if we take a break now, we could do some other material and then we set up nice for Ian Halpern. His Highness is checking in today.
Checking in,
and we
all
gotta
right.
yell at him again. He keeps giving us these blind items where we could be superstars around the world.
Because
he hinted that Matt Lauer was having an affair, even though Matt Lauer is vehemently denying it. But that's who Ian Halpern was hinting was having an affair. Remember, he said TV host.
Yes, I
Guys,
thought it was, but I thought it was Larry King.
No, this was after Larry King.
Oh,
and he has a blind item today too. So he's got to give us something a little more than that, a little substance, so we get our names out there to the world.
It does.
We'll do the Ed Wood clip. What's going on with you, Jimmy?
I have a few gigs coming up. As everybody knows, July 2nd and 3rd, I'll be at the Borgata.
No way!
I haven't mentioned it yet. I've kind of kept it under my hat.
Yeah.
And this, I think the 28th or whatever this month, I'll be in Seattle on that Friday. And
that would be next weekend.
Next Friday, right. Seattle at the whatever theater it is, I forget. My brain just said Shoebox at the Market, but it just sounds stupid when it yells out loud. And then I have Caroline's June 3 through 6.
A lot of dates to see Jimmy Norton.
If
Very
you
good.
are so inclined.
So we wake up this morning to find out that oil is still pouring into the Gulf, right?
Yes, but thank God.
But Kevin Costner's to the rescue.
Thank God for scientist Kevin Costner.
So now we're going with a movie star to figure out the problem, right? A guy that...
Did you see Waterworld?
I saw Waterworld.
All right,
So
he
they
dealt
assume...
with a giant tanker full of oil and a crazy madman and the smokers and all that. So he's the guy to get.
So we're that desperate, so we're getting the guy that starred in Waterworld
Did you see
to
The
try
Postman?
to figure out... No, because it was the same movie.
Only on land.
Right, exactly.
It was Waterworld on land. It was Dirtland.
I'm not a fan of...
Dirt
it was blank on
yes.
blank. Hate
Did
those
you see
type
The
of movies.
Bodyguard? He protects people.
Yeah, that was just like Waterworld, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, very, very, yeah. Think about it.
Did you see Cal Ripken Jr.'s
Just
wife?
like Waterworld.
What?
They're all just like Waterworld.
Ripken Jr.'s wife.
Boy, did I full Paul with that one. When
No,
we were
you were right
interviewing
to
him.
ask it, though. It was,
I have
it
no
was
idea.
like, look, hey, you were nice about it. We
Yeah.
didn't harp on it. We gave him a chance to explain it nicely, and we moved on.
See Dances with Wolves? It was Waterworld.
On horses.
With Indians and on horses.
Yeah, it was the same.
Yes.
They all go back to Waterworld.
Same thing.
So why are they thinking, because the guy was in Waterworld, that he could solve the fucking oil spill problem?
Because it's in the water. Duh.
How far are we going to take this? What, he's an inventor or something, this guy?
He does everything.
No.
See Field of Dreams?
Waterworld in a cornfield. You're not.
With
you're not
baseball.
Gonna, you're not going to trick me.
I
man.
know.
You're not going to trick me.
It seems Kevin Costner has invented a technique for taking a ship,
right,
and just driving it through the oil. You drive it through, chug, 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 and it sucks up all the oil and water, and then through some kind of I don't know, magic, water spits out of the ship, and the oil stays in the ship.
What?
It's Kevin Costner. It's amazing. You ever see Tin Cup?
Waterworld
on
a golf course.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's exactly it.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Are we living in the future?
We're living in Kevin Costner's future.
Who knows if it works? Could be a bunch of bunk.
Kevin Costner make bunk? I don't think so. He makes
But
long movies.
The problem is, though, that the thing that sucks up the water, he hasn't perfected it. It's the size of something that holds confectionery sugar.
Confectionery sugar.
That's it?
Yeah, so they're afraid that he predicts it's going to take 47 years to clean up the spill.
See, but like his movies, it will take a long time because his movies are very long.
Yeah,
you ever
plotting.
see 3,000 Miles to Graceland?
Elvis on water?
This
Or
Waterworld
water on
with
Elvis?
Elvis Presley.
With sideburns.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
Bit's running out of steam. But is he really
Running?
is he really an inventor?
Huh?
Really?
Yes, he's actually done this, made this. He's marketed it, and I believe BP, British Petroleum, is giving him upwards of $24 million to deploy this system to.
Is it ready to go?
Fix this shit up. Yeah, he's been sitting on this, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And the oil just continues to spill out from the ocean floor?
Yeah.
I think I saw the latest video. Now they got a video so we could just watch how it's destroying our waters.
Tar balls are washing up.
I know, that's
on
terrific.
Florida. Tar balls.
I know, Andy.
What? What did I do? That was an alert for people in Florida. Don't swim.
Yeah.
There's tar balls in the water. Now watch that. Yeah, it's got caught up in the Gulf Stream, and now it's kind of working its way around the Keys and the east coast of Florida.
Is BP at least taking responsibility?
Well, they're definitely. It's no way they can just say, "I don't know who did it."
I
So,
like,
yeah,
but I
they
like when
have to.
people take responsibility and you go, they're taking responsibility.
taking
Okay, that's
responsibility.
good. Everything's good now.
Yeah, they're taking responsibility.
But what does that mean in the end? Do we get to hang them?
No, it's their problem.
It's their problem?
Yeah.
But Kevin Costner to the rescue. $24 million ocean cleaning invention will be approved, and they're gonna try to clean up the ocean with this thing.
Which means they're completely out of ideas.
Of course.
It is fantastic, though, that they're doing this. Yeah. And actually, John Travolta has an idea, too. He's going to fly his plane, one of his planes over, and then just stick his ass out and pick up all the oil with his giant asshole.
No. What he's going to do is they're going to filter it all through his toupee.
And wring it out over and over again?
Yeah, let's just sign up and help out.
Yeah, I think I could assist.
Yeah, they're just going to drag Travolta's wig through the fucking water. And they're going to filter all the oil into it.
We got to go to Randall because he's
Fuck
gonna,
Randall.
He's going to debunk. He's
Fuck
going to
Randall in his
debunk
mouth.
the Kevin Costner thing. Randall.
What?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
I just thought it was funny because there's a YouTube video of a whole bunch of rednecks that have these big things of hay
that are in this tubes, and all you do is soak them up, and it soaks up all the oil, and it costs nothing.
So rednecks are doing the same thing that Costner's doing for nothing.
For nothing, and they won't even talk to these guys.
Well, something tells me that a little hay in your fucking a little hay in a tube isn't going to be able to filter out that much oil. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean it's something.
Now, what do you do with the hay?
Well, you know those. It's in a tube, a mesh tube, and you just fill it with hay, and it soaks up all the oil and leaves the water. And then you just pull the tubes out and you burn them.
You're no Kevin Costner, Randall.
And we're learning it's not actually Kevin Costner. Cheryl, give us some knowledge.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Good, Cheryl.
It's his brother. It's not him. He's
Ted Costner?
Yes.
Kevin Costner's brother. I don't know his name.
It's Ted. My brother did Waterworld. I wrote that film. I helped him.
Ted Costner, is this your invention?
It certainly is. It's going to take all the oil, and it's going to keep the water on the ship and put the oil back in its purest form.
No,
we
that's
want the
backwards.
opposite.
Yes, no, it's not. They said that the oil was coming off the animals too easily, and they needed a purer form of oil.
No, I don't think that's the
Ted
The
Costner.
seals were complaining. They were cold, and the oil was making them warm.
We need your help. What's your invention? How long is it going to take to clean up this mess?
My invention is going to take approximately 15 minutes to clean up the mess.
15
Yes, it's a ship that's 3,000 miles wide and 2,000 miles long and 4 feet high.
Oh.
And you have this built already? This
I
ship?
certainly don't. I need to start gathering materials.
Oh, it's not even built yet.
Oh, so when the ship is built, how long is the ship going to take to be built? Because
Probably a long time, Gregory, since I haven't hired any workers yet.
So it's 15 minutes once it's done.
Yeah,
Yes, my facility's in Arizona, and they're arresting all my employees. And that's nowhere near water. That's a bad place for a ship.
Yeah, how are you going to get the ship in the water from
I haven't
Arizona?
thought that through yet, Gregory. A bunch of trucks.
A bunch of trucks. Maybe you could just roll it into the water slowly.
Probably
but
end
surely.
over end.
End
Yes,
over end.
but these damn animals are not getting enough oil on them, and it's a sin.
It really is sad when you see a duck and he's coated with oil, but there's some parts of him that don't have oil on
It
them.
bothers me so much. That poor little animal just wants oil all over his fur and wings, and it's only on half of him in his face.
He just looks silly.
And all of these animal haters putting Palmolive on these poor things and removing the oil.
Yes, they use Palmolive.
They certainly do, with their dirty gloves.
Wow, that guy's in despair as he holds up a...
Yeah, he's...
Look at that lucky duck. It's got oil from head to toe. All over his beak. He must be toasty.
I don't know if he's a lucky one. Doesn't seem that lucky
He needs
at all.
some Palmolive.
Yes, he needs Palmolive. He does not need Palmolive. He needs to be thrown back in before the oil drips off him.
God damn.
All right, well,
so it's Kevin Costner's... I know Kevin Costner has 2 other people involved in this. I don't know if Kevin Costner was doing all the financial backing or whatever.
He financed it. His brother's a scientist.
Okay, he financed
so
it.
he's like the Dave Thomas.
Yeah,
he doesn't really actually make the burgers.
He spent
or anything.
$24 million on it.
And he did Waterworld. So he knows that was the Exxon Valdez in Waterworld.
That's where he got the idea for this.
See? From Waterworld. I know. You don't have to tell me twice, Trav Dog.
Jesus. We're in trouble.
Waterworld.
We're in trouble.
Waterworld is going to save the Gulf.
We're counting on Kevin Costner.
And his scientist brother.
Oh, boy.
Scientist brother. How does that happen? One becomes an actor and one becomes a scientist.
Happens all the time, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't know. Me and my brother just didn't want to do any real work. That was our, thing in common.
And you're both successful.
Both involved in music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Both entertaining people.
Entertainment field kind of a thing. That's, And then little Donnie's in retail.
How did that happen? See, you got one in your family.
Yeah.
Very different
I guess so.
career paths. Oh, the Sex and the City fucking trailer.
Oh, look how she's dancing.
Uh-oh.
Now they're in Abu Dhabi. And here's
along with some of the other girls who work
I don't want to embarrass Candace, but she is coming up next on this show.
All right.
Should we show her what I did?
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you do?
Funny if she shaved like a political message into her pussy hair.
Careful. Careful on that one.
Huh? Oh, what, Oh, really?
It's the only one I don't make fun of because I've heard things.
Maybe has a significant.
They make a fine spaghetti sauce in that family. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, hey, yeah. Yeah, they make a manigot.
I've heard things over the years. Crazy Train, the smooth jazz version. Danny, I don't know what this is about, but I think you told me it's the same guy that did the Metallica one.
Yeah, remember a few weeks back, probably about 3-4 weeks, we played that smooth jazz version of Enter Sandman.
Right.
Where basically the guy ripped out James Hetfield's vocals from a live performance.
Right.
And then played the instruments himself, by the way, and did a little smooth jazz cover and put the real vocals in there, and it sounded awesome.
And it confused everybody because people were just thinking that James Hetfield was in on the goof and decided to do like a smooth jazz version of Enter Sandman.
I showed because it matches up perfectly. Like
Perfectly.
Because the tempo is identical.
Right.
So I showed my friend the video, because the video on YouTube, it's them on stage, like, it looks like they're in Brazil or something.
Yeah.
And
Like
you hear
100,000 people.
Yeah, and you hear this smooth jazz. So my friend's watching it, and he goes, well, I guess they like that kind of stuff down there, huh? And I'm just like, no, it's not real.
Don't you get it?
That's how talented this guy is
Yeah, 'cause it looked
that puts
really
this
good.
together, because you really think that the band is in on it. You got a new one with Ozzy?
Yeah,
Crazy Train?
I guess the popularity of that last one was so high that he decided to do another one, and this one he does Crazy Train.
So we got to make it perfectly clear, Ozzy's not in on this. Just ripped Ozzy's vocals, and
That's
then,
right.
and then he put some
nice.
smooth jazz behind Ozzy, and it came out like this. Watching the video, it's syncing up perfectly. The old Ozzy video.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
Sounds nice. Relaxing. Like a little key change. That's nice. Look at Ozzy's cock.
Yeah.
He's wearing a shirt with Ozzy on the front like no one would know who he is.
That's 81 from a show
Is
called
it?
After Hours, yeah. 30 years ago.
This is the part I kind of don't like because it just rocks too hard. Like,
It's too good. It's actually Randy's solo.
Yeah, she's just playing it perfectly on a jazz guitar.
It makes Crazy Train sound like a mellow song, though. It's so weird.
Bum, bum. I like that part.
I'm having a hard time watching the Prince of Darkness as he's wearing like Western tassels.
I know.
Yeah, he really did dress silly back in the 80s.
Yeah, 70s too though. He would wear the shirts with the fucking the tassels hanging off. That was a Sabbath throwback. And he's chubby and he has blonde hair. He looks like Mindy Cohn from The Facts of Life. Fucking Natalie. White shoes, white pants. That's too heavy right there, too.
Yes. Yeah, they could have, like, kept a little more mellow, I think.
It's hard with his vocals, though, I guess, to mellow the song out even more. It just rocks too hard.
See? You can't take the rock out of Ozzy.
I got the verse.
The old hammer fist blow on the neck of your guitar. Yeah.
I hope this guy does more of these because they're actually really funny.
This is as rocking as you can get in this genre. Rocks a little too much.
It does rock too much. I like the part where it was going like...
Not bad. And someone's saying, is that the same guy that did Enter Sandman? Yeah, we
same
explained
guy.
that.
Yep.
I mean, Ozzy wasn't in on that. You just ripped the vocals, and then he added all the smooth jazz instruments, just so you know, once again. With that said, Josh in Cleveland. Josh?
Morning, boys. How you doing?
Well, how are you doing knowing that you're going to lose LeBron James?
Nah, our economy's already in the shitter anyways. Who cares if he leaves? It's worthless.
I like the guy. He's got a nice sense of
And
who
where
gives
you
a shit.
Where you at with the LeBron James watch?
Oh, my God.
41 days and he becomes a free agent. And the whole world is talking about it.
I'm
the whole
keeping
world.
tabs on this
What do you think?
every second.
What do you think? Where does he go?
Wow. Who gives a flying fuck is my answer to that whole thing.
You know,
We were before we had the guy, so what's
You know,
different when he leaves?
being a longtime Knicks fan who hasn't watched the Knicks in 10 years, I really hope that LeBron James comes here. And then I'll start watching again.
Well,
We've had a bit of a dry spell.
I know nothing about basketball, but it seems he does have a few options.
I think he goes Nets because it's stupid Jay-Z, which will be
his buddy.
Yeah, but he's not staying in Cleveland, Josh. I'm sorry to tell you. What do you got for the show?
I got all my LeBron news from a certain website.
I could imagine.
Just your show.
Huh?
Just your show. Go ahead.
You ass.
But this guy that did the Metallica and the Ozzy videos, he does a Radio Disney version of Cannibal Corpse, Hammer Smashed Face, and
I don't know if that's the same guy. I saw that video today. I don't know. I don't think that's the same guy.
You don't think it's the same
guy? No,
guy?
because it's not jazz.
Yeah, Danny thinks you're a horse's patoot.
and we do too.
Exactly.
All right, so your call was a waste of time.
Of course it was. He knows nothing.
Yeah.
He's added nothing to the program.
That's right, sir. You've done nothing.
Yeah, the program.
You've slammed the door shut on fun like a Get Smart opening. After you called it.
All right, with that, let's say hi to His Highness, Ian Halperin.
Oh, Ian.
How are you, Ian?
Hey, I'm very good. First off, a big mazel tov to Mr. Opie, and that's really good news.
Well, thank you, Ian.
Congratulations. Welcome to the world of fatherhood.
Are you a father yourself, there, Ian? I think you've said that over the last month.
Father, very proud father, and a lot of people listening to this, especially in the media, have met my daughter over the years, and there's nothing like it. And I predict. Here's my next prediction. In the year 2031, batting fourth for the New York Mets, Hudson Hughes.
Wow.
Interesting.
Batting cleanup. Mark it down right now.
But I had basketball skills growing up. But he, and
He's going to be a Met.
You think?
Cleanup. Yeah, absolutely.
Home run hitter?
In the
Why would you wish injuries on Opie's son?
remember the name Ike Davis.
Being a Met, of course.
Yeah, the Mets are falling apart. Hey, Ian, where are you calling from?
Greatest thing New York has seen since.
Are you trying to get a word in edgewise?
Yeah,
Opie?
I forgot.
Since
Crazy?
the Yankee Clipper, and since a guy by the name of George Herman Ruth.
Wow. I'm raising the next Babe Ruth, and I don't
just
even
know
know it.
Babe Ruth. I don't know
you don't
George
even
Herman.
know it.
That's
Ruth Gordon.
And do you know who he's named after?
Yes, Ruth Gordon. You're going to hit a home run, Ricky. Sorry.
He's named after the 19th century faith missionary, Hudson Taylor.
You're amongst home run hitters.
You're on Murderer's Row, Ricky.
Who the fuck is Hudson Taylor?
He's the famous 19th century faith missionary.
What?
Faith
Google
missionary?
him.
Google it.
Google it.
His catchphrase.
Google it.
I love it. Love a good catchphrase.
You know, we won't remember Kate Hudson, but Hudson Hughes will be batting cleanup for the Mets. Mark it down. That's my
That would be nice.
next, perhaps final prediction.
All right, let's get into some of your. All right, let's not.
Montreal's all excited.
What?
Norton's soon coming to Montreal.
Norton.
I am.
Are you soon coming to Montreal, Norton?
I am doing the Nasty show in the Montreal Festival, which doesn't even fucking. They have my face nowhere on that festival site.
You know what? Just call my buddy Andy Nolman. He was just reappointed CEO and director of the festival. He took an 11-year hiatus, and last week they announced he's the boss in charge of Just for Laughs again. Just give him a call, use my name, and tell him if you're not the poster boy for this Just for Laughs festival, I'm going to walk in with 4 skanks from St. Catherine Street and blow up his office.
Am I going to see you up there, Ian? Are you going to come?
Absolutely. I'm going to be in the front row, man.
It'd be nice to see you. I'd like to have a nice social dinner with Ian.
Would you?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm
I
going
would.
to take Norton out on the town. I know he has a girlfriend, so we got to keep it clean. But I'm going to take him to Schwartz's Smoked Meat.
All right, it's a good place to eat.
You're going to smoke meat with Ian.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
Now, we're going to have to sell it out, even if I have to stand outside with a cane and bring in people. There's no way my boy Norton's not going to have anything less than a sellout.
Well, there's a bunch of acts on the show. Honestly, that show sells itself. 13 shows, they'll all be sold out, and that's not. It literally is. Depends on any comics that work it, sell it out.
All right, Ian, where are you calling?
What material are you going to deliver there?
Very dirty. Some Tiger Woods stuff.
Ian, where are you calling us from today?
I never give out the location because
L.A.?
a lot of people might want to track me down, and
Yeah.
I just got to keep it under the radar. That's why.
Any girls today in bed with you?
Absolutely.
Really? Who do you got today?
I don't kiss and tell.
Well, is she awake? Can she just yell hello from the background?
No, she is totally sleeping right now, and I kid you not, I'm looking right at her.
How long do those roofies last?
Well, you know, I'll tell you, Anthony, he sells the best ones that New York has ever seen. I get them off him. We're good friends off the air.
You and Ant?
Yeah.
Did you realize this, Ant, that you and him are good friends off the air?
I'll realize it at some point.
Sure.
But, yes, me and Ian, of course, we hang out a lot. We talk. We email.
We share blood. We share blood.
Yeah, of course.
It's not intentional, though, but Anthony's asshole just can't take what is being put into it. Share blood and stool.
Ian, are we going to hear any playing today? Are you going to sing for us today? I know we're going to do the gossip thing, but you usually give us a little extra something. What are you going to give us today?
Oh, man.
A little extra.
Let me talk about LeBron James. I think.
How about that?
Oh, yeah. What do you got on LeBron James?
He's coming to New York, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, he's either going to be a Net or a Nick.
Is this guaranteed?
You know, he's going to be a Nick.
You think?
There's no doubt about it.
You think? Play at the Garden?
This guy Chandler got arrested the other day smoking some doobies. I didn't know it was still illegal, that stuff, because I've been in California a lot recently. They're selling this shit in stores like supermarkets. It's all legal there now.
Right.
But, you know, this guy got arrested the other day. I think he took the hit for LeBron, so he could, you know, they could just free up some dough to sign LeBron. Chandler will probably never play another quarter, another minute again for the Knicks. But LeBron's coming. This is the biggest thing New York will see since Reggie Jackson came to the Yankees. I think it was in '77 when George Steinbrenner. Jackson was going to come to Montreal to the Expos, and no, I'm serious about that. This is a true story. He was about to sign with the Expos, and then Steinbrenner did the greatest thing. He brought Jackson to New York and said, "Let's walk down Broadway," and he just walked down Broadway, and the place erupted. They treated him like a king. He signed on the dotted line, and the rest was history. I mean, there's no way in a million years
What happened?
that LeBron is not.
You know what? I like what Ian's saying because I do
Yeah?
remember this. Yes, and if you're LeBron James, of course you want to win a title for Cleveland. But at this point, you got a chance to come to New York. How do you say no? How do you say no to that?
Yeah, just in the endorsements.
Yeah, because people are saying, well, he can make more money if he stays where he's at. But I mean, endorsement dollars. The endorsement dollars go way up if he's in New York City.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed. So he makes a hell of a lot more money, off the court.
Just the slice he's going to get from endorsements. I'm going to tell you, I'm predicting right now, the first season he comes, they're not even making the playoffs. Nothing. Moses couldn't turn around the Knicks.
Yeah, they need a little more help than LeBron James. I think everyone knows that.
Absolutely. It's a team sport. But he will be there. He'll show up.
Wait.
He won't wear 23, right? Because they're trying to retire Jordan's number. He'll probably wear 6. And
Hold on, Ian. I know you like to talk over everybody, but what do you mean they're retiring Jordan's number throughout the whole league?
Well, yes. In hockey, they retired Gretzky's number. No one's allowed to wear 99 on any team. In baseball, they did it to Jackie Robinson, number 42. They retired every team. And in basketball, they're trying to. It might be passing any minute, but it looks like it's going to pass. That every team's going to hang up 23.
Right. Now, I got to stop you again because Carolina Man, I don't know how he knows this, but he says that apparently LeBron has been seen house shopping in Chicago this week because the Bulls are one of the teams that he could possibly go to as well.
It ain't going to happen.
No.
It ain't going to happen. They can't afford him.
Then what about this rumor that he's been house shopping in Chicago?
No, he's been hose shopping in Chicago.
Oh, see?
Best hose.
Yeah.
They got it wrong, but there's no way he's house shopping. I guarantee you that.
Okay. Well, we got 41 days to wait, and then we'll see what's going to happen with LeBron James.
Ian, I want to talk a little Hollywood here.
Hollywood!
Yeah, da-da-da-da-da-da, Hollywood.
He's coming to my premiere in a couple of weeks.
We didn't get the invite, Ian.
Well, no one has got the invite yet. It's 48 hours in advance because apparently people want to shoot me for doing the movie.
Can you tell me the date, Ian, so I know if I'm around?
It's gonna be. I won't say the date. Tell me when you're out of town, and I'll let you know.
I got a lot of dates.
Yeah.
Boy.
This guy is a man of mystery. This Ian Halpern's a man of mystery.
He won't tell us anything.
It's all intrigue.
I think he's an international spy.
Security threat, security risks. But it's going to happen in the next 2 weeks. And
Okay.
yeah, everyone's getting their invite. I'll give you guys a heads up, obviously, off the air.
Oh, so you're going to give us 48 hours to get out to L.A. We really appreciate that.
Actually, it's going to be closer to home. You'll be very surprised.
Oh, okay.
All right, Ian.
All right.
Anthony wants to talk Hollywood. What do you got on Hollywood?
Yeah, what do you got? Any new news, celebs? What's going on?
Let's look at American Idol.
All right,
On
let's.
my blog a year and a half ago, I predicted both Cal and Abdul were leaving. Everyone was making fun of me again. We all know the rest is history. Look, I'm not Nostradamus, but I am Nostradamus of Hollywood. There was an article about that recently.
Both of those.
Where's Idol going? I think Idol is on its last legs, but they are talking about moving it to New York. And I'd like your guys' opinion on that. This reminds me of when the National Enquirer moved to New York a few years ago.
What would that do?
Well, Ian, I got my opinion. You asked me for my opinion, right?
Yes.
My opinion is, who gives a shit?
Yeah, no one cares.
I agree.
All right.
I think it's going to bomb there.
Although what? They move Ryan Seacrest into Simon's chair? Is that what you're thinking?
What?
No, they'll keep him as host.
Yeah.
They really got to come up with a home run hitter.
Well, they'll bring back Paula Abdul. That'll create some interest next year, and maybe, and that's that. I think.
Let me ask you a question. Would either of you guys leave this chair to replace Cal right now?
How much does it pay?
Wow. Yeah. What are the hours?
Yeah. How much money are we talking?
Famous Spinal Tap line.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, of course we would leave for a big gig like that, Ian. We've been doing radio way too long. We're just waiting for that next opportunity.
The big gig for the chair. Who the hell knows?
Ian, I'm kind of mad at you. And you did a blind item a couple weeks ago about a TV host that may be having an affair, and then it finally comes out that it was Matt Lauer, and you knew that the whole time, and you're not giving us any names on this show.
Well, actually, I like Matt. I've been on his show.
And obviously he's denying the allegations, but your blind item...
It's like racism. It's like, they all deny it. To them, denial.
Well, not everybody.
Let me tell you something. Lauer, look, the guy obviously, he's carrying a Louisville Slugger in his pants. There's no doubt about it, because this isn't the first time this has happened. But one thing I'll say about Lauer, and I say this in every lecture I give, most people who show, I've done it with everyone, interviews in the last 20 years, I've been, from everyone you could think of, I've met them, been interviewed by them. One night, Lauer interviewed me for Dateline. It was at the Royalton Hotel, that submarine, weird hotel in New York. And so I walked in, I partied all night. I walk into the Royalton, I thought Matt Lauer was going to be a piece of cake. He was the sharpest journalist on the planet. Mm-hmm. The guy knew his shit, no cheat notes, nothing. 4 hours later, man, I was tanned when I walked in. I was pale as a ghost. This guy knew his shit, and I congratulated him after the interview. What he's doing, hey, the guy was dating a Dutch model, all kinds of women. Look, the guy's making big paper, and he wants to party.
Big paper. That's a lot of money to the layman.
Would be accepted because as a journalist, people are against him. Who cares what he's doing?
So even though he's denying it, you're saying is it?
What do we really expect Matt Lauer to admit it in the milieu he's in? With NBC.
Yeah, of course.
It's going to cause a huge scandal. It's going to bring down the ivory tower, but of course it's going on. Everyone's banging everyone in that building. I've worked a lot with NBC. He's not the only guy.
All right. So that's what you got on that. So what about any new gossip? Any new blind items? Where are we going here?
Let me give you a new blind item today. This is right off the His Highness ticker tape.
Let's try to figure this out.
And since we're on the topic of sports today, a Yankee player was recently involved in a threesome with a
A-Rod.
Joe Pepitone.
What's he doing?
Thurman Munson. With his wing. It was Thurman, his wing, and his engine. Billy Martin with his fucking other guy in the windshield. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
The threesome with a member of the Boston Red Sox and a high-profile woman who's a very big Wall Street executive.
Yeah, but we don't know Wall Street executives.
Yeah, but forget the Wall Street woman, but
okay.
She is... But you're talking a Yankees player and a Red Sox player in the...
Wow, that's competition. Putting a Wall Street bitch on the rotisserie like that?
Yeah.
How's that?
Let's see. Who could that be?
Good. That's a pretty good item. Are they starting players?
They're high-profile players.
Oh,
so he's not sure if they start.
I wouldn't want to share with Big Poppy.
I wouldn't either.
That would be
you could
terrible.
Say they do start, but one might be a pitcher. I don't want to give it away.
All right, but they're names we all know.
Yes, it was.
It's not some dumb utility player.
It's really popular. Was it Oil Can Boyd?
Oil Can.
Oil Can Boyd. He was a throwback to
the Oil Can.
The old Negro Leagues, and he used to wear socks up, and he was a real competitor.
Yes.
He could play on the His Highness team anytime.
It was Louis Tiant. That was the guy. It was Louis Tiant and Jim Rice.
What's El Tiante doing today?
What?
Louis Tiant, that's a good name.
Yes.
A blast from the past. Man, that guy, his wind-up was so erratic.
Yeah.
He had that sidearm delivery, didn't he?
Back and just fire away.
And he would stop. He would stop halfway through. He would kick back. He would kick back, and then before he threw, he would almost like a brief pause in midair.
Ridiculous.
And that's how he fucks too. He pulls his cock back, and his leg kicks up, and then he jams it in.
Take that.
Yeah.
All right, so we got that blind item, and then the news will report it in a week, and we'll get no credit for it. So thanks once again, Ian Halpern, for that. Demi Moore.
Yeah, would you read a book about Demi Moore?
No.
An authorized...
No.
I would if it was called Photos of My Pussy.
Just 248 pages of pussy.
Photos of my pussy.
Yeah. Can you imagine if she released a book called Photos of My Pussy?
How many pages would you go through before you go, all right, I'm done with her stupid pussy?
Everyone.
1,100-page volumes. By then I'd be over it.
Because early on, she had a big, hairy-ass muff.
Oh, yeah.
Big, hairy fucking
Ian,
muff.
you like the hairy muff?
No.
No.
No, I'm not into this.
You don't go old school every once in a while just for the goof?
I like it mixed. I like it mixed up.
Europeans like to go that route.
Mix it up, I say.
His Highness likes it very clean, very coiffed, and he likes it like silk.
One day smooth as silk, and the next day I want fucking Rastafarian hair.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Or you got to pull it all back to find the clip.
You ever fucked the Rasta?
Old school. No, why?
Wrong color
Stop.
for Anthony. Why would you say that?
I only have sex with white girls.
Really? You've never banged a woman
of color?
Darker than His Highness.
No, there have been girls that have had good tans and stuff like that.
Ian, I had a chance to do that, and she smelled.
Oh, well.
Because she was on her period. Let me continue.
Well.
So I didn't get the opportunity because this particular woman of color
white
was on her.
Ugh.
She had her friend.
Smelled like Kennedy's scalp.
How's Jennifer Aniston's pussy lately? It's still smelling up the joint?
Yeah, Aniston, man, it was just revealed again that she just can't keep a guy. There was an article I read. I don't know. There's something just so fishy about her. It's gotta be
literally.
Literally, it's the fish smell. I'm
Yes.
telling you. I got that one figured out because someone like her who really wants a man, who really wants to have kids, and she has nobody, it's a smelly pussy
Maybe
thing.
it's a personality.
All kidding aside, you're 100% right. And considering
Thank
her
you.
godfather's Telly Savalas, you got to wonder.
Yeah, you figure it out.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Think you'd put a lollipop in her vag?
Yeah.
Take it out? Who loves it?
Players Club.
Telly was Greek, right?
Collection of lollipops.
I'm starting to think Greek pussy doesn't smell too good, Ant.
I could smell your cunt.
Smells like rotting feta.
Yeah.
Rotting
Smells like Stravos' feet.
Who loves you, dumpster pussy?
Actually has a crush on Anthony. Could this be a blind date?
What's that?
Yeah, Anthony, you want to go on a blind date? One of Ian's friends has a crush on you.
Who is it?
She's a woman in Montreal who works as a waitress.
Yeah.
She says she listens to you on Sirius Radio.
Uh-huh.
She's 24 years old, and she used to be a gymnast.
Oh,
what
really?
color is she?
She white?
She's white.
Oh.
Well, how did she? What depends on why is she not a gymnast? Did she put on 140 pounds? She's not 260, and she can't be a gymnast.
She stopped competing because it was, at a certain age, she realized she had to do something else.
Unfortunately, I like the ages where they can still compete.
Yes.
When they first starting.
Absolutely.
I'm teasing, of course.
Anthony likes when they're still just starting their ballet lessons. They have dreams.
Her nickname in Montreal is White Chocolate.
Why white chocolate?
Uh-oh.
That's what people call it. I have no idea.
That might mean she's what they call on some of these websites a coal burner.
Either she fucks a lot of black guys or she shits her pants. Why is she white chocolate? Or both.
Coal burner. That is so bad.
Ian, you didn't finish with Demi Moore. What's going on with her and Ashton?
With all these books,
yeah.
Demi Moore, she's shopping a book in New York. Look, all these books with celebrities, they're written by stiffs like myself. They're hired to write it. Demi Moore gives you an hour of her time, and then you're on your own, and you got a pen, and then she'll do the publicity, and she'll make the bulk of the money. This is how it works. But, I don't think a book on Demi Moore is worth publishing. Perhaps an unauthorized version. And, CNN, there was a story on CNN a couple of weeks ago, and His Highness, yours truly, was in the top 3. Kitty Kelly, Christopher Anderson, and His Highness were pointed out. And
look at you.
The top unauthorized biographers. And, is it worth my time to even open the door to Demi Moore to do an unauthorized biography?
All right. But you're also saying that Demi and Ashton might be through, right?
Yes. Apparently, they've had more trouble than Liz and Richard the 7 times they were married. Or how many? Where were they married? 3, 4 times?
I don't know. I don't keep track of that stuff. But
there's a lot of tension there.
Yeah.
Including accusations of a lot of stuff against Kutcher with one of the kids.
Huh?
You know,
Uncle Paul.
What happened to Ashton Kutcher? Those accusations are false.
Yeah, and also an accusation of Kutcher, whatever his name is, and Zac Efron having a steamy night one night. I've never seen any proof.
Wow.
This is what my sources
Well,
are.
that's pretty outrageous to say.
Yeah, well, hey.
That's like some
all.
gay stuff.
Seen it all. Ian's right there. You know, we have seen it
We don't
all.
know. We don't know what Ian's
Just when
talking
something
about.
happens.
His people are saying to him, but we
Yeah,
don't know,
yeah.
and he doesn't know. All right. Well, John Travolta, anything there?
Yeah, Travolta's dogs were killed in a Maine airport a few days
They
back.
think it was a murder-suicide.
They actually weren't his dogs. They were cleaning his wigs. They were mistaken for dogs.
Yeah, the plane wheel ran over two of his wigs.
It's wig.
Fire today, Norton.
But what about the fact that he's expecting now, him and his wife? A little.
Later, they killed the dogs, and a day later, they announced that a baby's on the way. Go figure. I mean, look, Travolta, I disagree with his affiliation to the Church of Scientology.
Yeah.
And I also believe he's certainly bisexual. I've interviewed gay lovers of his over the years. Come out, and a day later, this guy, he lost his son, unfortunately, about a year and a half ago. I just don't know what's on with John these days, but, you know, he just seems to be grasping at straws here, trying to do as much damage control as possible. And is she really going to deliver a baby? I have no idea.
How old is she?
47, I think.
47?
And he's 53, 54.
Well, it doesn't matter with the guy as far as having a baby.
Miles of cock in her before John.
Jesus.
Miles of cock. Trust me on that, he says.
Well, I guess we'll have to, even though
Was he
we,
talking about
once
her or
again, have
John?
no idea what Ian's talking about.
They were having some marital problems. So if
Yeah.
he's Prego, who's the dad? Because, you know, the last I really heard, John ain't been into women lately.
You making allegations of infidelity is outrageous, and I will not sit for that on our program, Ian.
That's right, Ian.
I will not accept that. I will not accept you
want
making
me to retract?
these infidelity. I absolutely want you to retract that right now from our airwaves.
All right, let me make an official O&A retraction here.
Okay.
If Travolta, I'll give you guys a waiver. If Travolta comes after me with litigation or whatever, or sends some stiffs after me, some heavies, I waive the liability of O&A. Not Norton, because Norton's a good pal of mine. I know he'll stand up for me. He'll take
Like Ian rules. All right, Ian, enough with the gossip. What are you going to leave us with today? You sometimes you play an instrument.
tape this.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I used to do some public announcing at hockey games in Montreal.
Okay.
Oh, did you?
So we're going to tape this right now. We're rolling
tape
tape.
this right now.
We're rolling tape.
All right. Batting fourth, the first baseman, La Première, Hudson Hughes.
Wow.
And that will be used sometime in the future.
Yeah, sometime in the future. I didn't know you were a sports announcer.
2030.
2030.
Will we all be? Will the four of us still be breathing? Who's going to be the first to go?
Hope he's going to be in his 40s by then.
50. 52.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm buying a plot for the four of us. We're all going to be wrestling.
Oh, God, what a nightmare. Have this guy for eternity just rubbing elbows with you.
I'm making the offer right now.
Google it. Google it. Shut up. I'm trying to eternally sleep here.
Maybe I'll buy it right next to MJ. We'll all be in Forest Lawn together.
That'd be good.
Who's going to be on top of who?
Hey, well, you know, with MJ, you never know. Look, MJ is my man.
Yep.
I love the guy. He's everyone misses him. And look, you know, the gay allegations. Someone came out, his own doctor. Another guy came out, Jason Pfeiffer, on the record. It's not me fabricating.
Isn't it ironic that right now he probably looks exactly like he did in Thriller?
Ian, and you really have a Michael Jackson film coming out.
Yes.
Okay. And we might be invited to the premiere.
Oh, yeah, 100%. You're going to be introducing it.
And it's going to be close to where we live.
Yes, that's all I can give you.
So you're going to have it in Jersey somewhere?
No, probably in the Bronx, next to Yankee Stadium. You know. No,
all right.
No, we're gonna do it somewhere nice.
All right, good. Ian, we got to let you go because we got to...
Peace out to everyone.
Yeah.
This is His Highness checking out on the O&A show. I wish everyone a good day, a good week, good weekend, and hope everyone has a smile on their face like His Highness. Peace out.
Thank you, His Highness Ian Halperin.
He's got an official out now. I think he's going to end with that
certainly
every
does,
time.
doesn't he?
All right. What? Oh, nice. Laszlo's here.
Oh.
Going to be talking about the new game and some other tech stuff. We're going to be playing the game, too?
Yes.
It's all set up, ready to go? Oh, fuck. All right. I think it's me and Laszlo. Ant's in the bathroom. Jimmy just walked out. What's going on, Laszlo?
You know, traveling the world.
Man. Yeah, you were in London?
Yeah, I was in London showing off Red Dead Redemption, and then...
Now, before we start talking about the game, what did you do for fun? Because you're one of those guys, you just don't go to these cities. You try to have a little fun and do something, right?
Yeah, I got pretty drunk, I have to say. Most of the day I was just doing interviews all day long. So, but the television in the hotels is amazing in London.
Why? Because they show titties?
Dude, not only titties, they got channels of people that will post their picture, and then you can send text messages to them that show up on the screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they've got one that's all guys. It's hysterical. It's all these British dudes trying to fuck in the park.
And you're texting these guys?
Oh, dude, and your text message shows up on the screen on the television. It's hysterical.
And it's in real time?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. And then I caught myself and said, I'm sitting here texting gay men on TV. It's time to watch Lost.
Who's going to blame you for the goof? For the goof, I think.
And then
they've
got these other channels where you can call and talk to the chicks live, and you're watching them on TV.
Yeah. We have some of that in America, don't we?
I don't know. I haven't really seen it in hotel rooms.
Well, not in hotel rooms.
But I mean, it's on their main basic cable. Wherever you go in Europe or the UK, their main basic cable after about 10 or 11 o'clock, there's all these channels of like chicks making out topless and all this, and you can call in and talk to them, but you don't even need to call in. You just spank it and you're done.
You just want to watch. That's all right, man. I mean, we're fucking a bunch of prudes in America. Just scared of the titty. Now, I'm looking at Red Dead Redemption, and you got your game guy here.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, the graphics don't look that great.
Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Anthony back in studio. And I go, you know what? I don't think the graphics look that great. I just told Laszlo. No, the graphics are just... When you think the graphics can't get better, they do just that. They get better.
Yep.
Look at this guy running up the... It's ridiculous. Look at this.
That looks amazing.
Well, they can't see it because it's radio, Laszlo. Yeah. So where do we start with Red Dead Redemption?
So we basically took our open world engine, the Rage engine.
That you kind of did with GTA.
Yeah, and we built on top of it. So we built basically what is an open world Western shooter. And, I mean, you can get on a horse in this game and just ride for miles.
Will anyone bother you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a way to just ride the horse where you just pick the particular route where no one bothers you? And
no, you always come.
You can have a nice, peaceful ride.
Well, you just want to go out on a nice ride.
Yes.
No, the thing that's nice about the game is, while it's this huge, beautiful open western, there's always stuff going on.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Like as you're going down the road, somebody will wave you down and say, "Can you please help me? This guy just robbed me." Well, you can shoot her in the face and rob her too, or you can help her out and go chase the guys down. And what happens is
there are consequences to what you do.
Everything in the game changes how people react to you. So if you're a horrible, despicable human being, and you've been a nasty guy out on the road, when you come into town, people start saying snarky stuff at you. They'll challenge you to a duel.
But wait a minute. If you're in the middle of nowhere and some lady's like, "Help me because I just got robbed," and you shoot her in the face, who's going to know that you just shot her in the face? It's the Old West.
The game does.
You get a reputation. Someone might be looking over a ridge, go back in town and go, "That's the guy."
All right.
It changes your fame and honor in the game. Another thing that we did is
look at the graphics. That's in game too, right?
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
That's all in.
Why is there a woman with a dog? I don't understand it.
No, you're watching the news.
Oh, sorry.
It's the other TV.
That looks like a friendly game.
One of the things that
watching Chip
that we did with the world is we populated it with an entire ecosystem. So animals will actually feed on each other. So you'll see like a wolf or a bobcat chasing a deer.
They ever chase you?
Oh yeah, you'll get attacked by wolves.
Just minding your own business.
Yeah, you can be going through the mountains. Going through this peaceful
Speaking
snow.
of mountains, not to stop you, but we're looking at kind of a mountain scene right now.
Yeah,
with
this
the
is down in
water and
Mexico.
with the water in the distance, that is ridiculous looking.
That looks great.
He's on the
Holy
cannon.
shit.
He's on a big cannon inflation.
Yeah,
there.
he's about to rain some.
Oh, these guys are going to have some hurt come down on him.
Horses all fall over.
Killed their horse, totally.
Wow.
You're a bastard.
You were saying, Laszlo, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the animals. So there was a few weeks ago we were working on one of our multiplayer clips, and so we had like 6 guys in the office that were all on horses, and they were on the edge of this ridge, and they were doing their best to like line up for this really nice shot. And wow, that wagon is in pieces.
Wow.
They're lining up for this really nice shot, and all of a sudden all these wolves came out of the forest and attacked them. And so you hear all these guys around the office screaming and cursing as their characters are dragged off their horses by wolves. It was hysterical. So the game really never lets you sit still for very long. There's always something going on.
There's always something you got to try to figure out.
And you've made the target. The cool thing is like the focal point to shoot is a little white dot. It's not like a big circle or any of these obnoxious things. It really doesn't take you out anything.
That is something how those wagons came apart. He shot him with a cannon, and he shot one wagon, and the whole frame, the bottom frame, you see fly up in the air. And then he hit it in a different spot that next time, and you just saw the wheels fly off the thing. Like everything reacts a little differently. You don't have that same monotonous, all right, I shot someone, they fall the same way, or this blows up the same way. It does take you out of the game.
But I really want to just
very
go.
Unique.
I really just want to take a horse for a ride.
Yeah, you could do that.
A nice,
Wanna do that?
just a nice peaceful ride.
Go to Brooklyn. They got a rental string. You could just go down there and ride on the beach. What are you going to do?
Can you hop in a wagon and ride it?
Yes, you can.
Yay.
What if you don't know how to ride a wagon? Are you going to have a problem?
You can ride in the back. You don't have to always
No,
drive.
I want to be the driver. Does it rain in this game?
The weather patterns are actually pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And the night looks better than any nighttime I've ever seen in a game.
Really? That's something. I've had a few people.
Rainforest.
I've had a few people already.
Wait, you go into an actual rainforest?
No. I said his name is Forrest. I told him to make it rain.
Forrest.
Right.
I don't want a large farva.
We've got a dev kit, so we can basically change.
Forrest. Hey, is he Forrest Gump?
Hey, this girl's getting fucked, Laszlo. I don't think that's nice for the children. What are you doing?
Oh shit! There's some sex going on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you just fuck broads in the game?
See, this is why we have that law in Arizona.
Her tits are showing. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's the first game we've actually had nipple in.
Got a fat gut. She had a great gut.
Was that a nipple through a shirt?
No.
That was nudity.
Yep.
Okay.
So basically, in the game, you're this guy John Marston, who your buddies betrayed you. You went to jail, and now that you're out, you're tracking him down. So you go across the prairies into Mexico.
God damn.
We're looking at kind of twilight at this point. It's going to start raining here.
Yeah, and you can see the
look at the thunderclouds.
He just pulled the guy off the wagon and took it. Could he have shot him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now he's just riding through as it's raining.
Yeah.
And the lightning.
And the horses will react.
Lighting up everything.
The horses will react to the thunder as well.
Oh, really?
The horses in the game, we actually put horses in motion capture outfits that we made
Are you shitting me?
specially
Real horses?
and put them on treadmills and made them run their balls off. And
They must
capture.
have loved that. Horses love to run.
Did PETA have a problem with that one?
Well-
Horses on treadmills, Laszlo?
Well, you can also skin your horse and eat it in the game.
Really? Oh, that's nice.
Well, we wanted to sort of depict the bleak nature of the Old West.
Right,
so
right.
any animal you can kill in the game. And also in multiplayer, you and your buddies can just roam the entire open world of the game. It's not like you're just in one little level.
right.
Multiplayer, the entire world is open. So you
so it's not just the level.
Right.
And then
and so you and your buddies can just ride on
map.
horses and bump into. You can form posses, bump into other posses. You can go hunting together.
By the way, great way to spin it. We wanted to depict the what nature of the Old West?
I don't know.
It was a great way to say that, too. Like, we wanted to depict the nature of the Old West. That's what, therefore, you can kill a platypus with a hammer.
Can you ride into a western town, old school?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
And people start looking at you like, who are these fucking idiots?
Well, you start off pretty much as just some lowly guy, right?
Yeah.
You got to build your rep up. You got to, make a name for yourself, good or bad.
Make it sunset there for us.
All right.
Hey, I like a nice sunset.
There we go.
That looks cool. Look at this.
Look at this.
They got a great sunlight glimmer. The shadows are all
Sun's
long
low
and
in the
stretched
sky,
out.
on the
And,
horizon.
this game looks fantastic.
The light is actually in your... It's uncomfortable to look into the sun.
Yeah.
It's exactly
it
like
will
the way
burn your retinas out.
That's amazing.
It really is. Look at it.
It is.
Just walking in an old town. Old
I've
western
had
town.
I've had a couple of people already Twitter me.
Really?
About my my voice being heard.
Yeah, you're
sounding like this subdued. They said more subdued Yosemite Sam.
I think we got an example of you
Oh,
in the game,
yeah.
Anthony. I'll turn the game audio off for a second.
Yes.
Here's Anthony in the actual game.
His name is Jeb Murphy.
Jeb Murphy.
I'm Jeb Murphy, by the way.
If you need guns, Mr. Marston, you come see me.
Yeah, see, I'm the gun guy.
How
ironic.
If you kill someone in front of Anthony, he will go to the sheriff. His character will start running off to yelling for the sheriff. But
I'm a rat.
If you give Anthony some money, just like in real life, he will shut up.
Yes, see?
Money makes me real forgetful.
It's hilarious.
And here's Anthony just sort of...
Do you have Anthony yelling, string him up?
Yes, Laszlo.
This is... the different characters in the game will walk by each other and have conversations.
Okay.
So here's Anthony's character chatting with another character in the game.
We ain't gonna maintain our regional supremacy if that bad element remains.
Bad element.
We all know what the bad element is.
Of course we do. I thought it was supposed to be a character I was portraying.
Yeah, it's just you with an accent.
And here he is selling guns.
We can't put no price on safety.
Safety.
Of course I sell the guns.
I
we
was
got the
riding
Second Amendment for a reason, don't we?
I was riding my horse 108 miles an hour, and Keith the sheriff had to get me out of it.
Keith the sheriff.
Anthony's horse was stolen?
Yeah, you can steal people's horses in the game.
Don't my horse been took?
My horse been took.
That's what happened when Voss disappeared when you guys were out together. Please, can we hear the horse got took one again?
My horse.
Don't my horse been took?
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's the character right there, yeah. Behind the counter.
For some reason. Looks exactly like Travis.
A little Travis look to him. Yeah. And finally, Anthony outtakes. These did not make the game.
Right.
Oh.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is it going on here?
From Blazing Saddles.
Somebody's going to have to go back and get a shitload of dimes.
Very nice, man.
Very talented voice guy.
That's fun. Oh, my God. I had so much fun doing that.
Wow, look at that. Look at the detail on the characters in this game.
I am going to be playing this like a mad
he's all
person.
scarred up.
Yep.
Yeah. He's the main dude. Nice gunfight sequence right here.
The hand is right over the gun like Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Guy with a derby and our draw. Oh, slow-mo. Oh,
yeah, so you
man.
can paint the targets on him, but you have to be quick because his gun's coming out.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, did that guy get fucked?
That alone just sold me on the game.
Mowed him
Holy
down.
Shit, look
He
at
got
that.
a bunch of bullets on him.
Then what happens?
Thank you.
Can you shoot that lady?
Thank you.
Oh, yes!
Why would you do that? What are you doing?
Put the shotgun up to her head and blew it off.
There's just some old, nice town woman.
Now he's just
right in the face.
blowing everyone away as he tries to get out of the town here.
What would happen if you just... Could you shoot... Oh, no. Sorry, friend.
Oh, he's dragging the...
Yay.
Drag a townsperson.
Yeah, you can lasso people, and right off their horses, or if they're standing, and just drag their ass through the middle of town.
Can you ride your horse into the building?
I believe you can. If the door's open.
Oh, he's great.
Oh, he's
damn.
in trouble.
Somebody out the window.
Oh, he's in trouble.
I think
no.
you've started some shit. There's people
Yeah.
shooting at you through the window.
You better shoot that horse. He shot his horse's asshole out.
Oh, God.
Horse is not happy.
Horses take a little bit to go down, don't they?
The horse is banging in a fucking wall. Oh, the horse's asshole got prolapsed.
God damn, this game is great. You know, there's nothing better in a game than just sheer fucking violence. And the great look of it. I mean, you know, I don't like games that go half. He just threw a Molotov cocktail on a horse.
Horse is on fire.
The horse is on fire. This is fantastic.
The horse is on fire.
There we go. Oh, guy's trying to flee. I think he's dead. Oh, he's throwing knives at him. And he's down. Man, you know why? Some games just fucking don't want to go the distance. And Rockstar is just known for going the distance.
Slow motion shot.
Yeah,
The
so
horse's body.
So we call it the Deadeye targeting system. You can slow time down and paint targets on multiple people, and then just mow them all down.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We also
That's a new feature, right?
Yeah. Well, we had it. Red Dead Revolver came out in like 2004, and we had the Deadeye in that one. But another thing, since the game is set in 1910, we did a lot of research into the media of the time, and we did. If you go to the old-timey movie theater in the game,
There's an old-timey flicker. I want to see a flicker show. And maybe have some of that cornbread your wife made.
The Dangers of Doctors, this little short.
How long did it take you to do this?
Rockstar San Diego started on this 5 years ago. So there's two old-timey silent films in the game. One of them is about the dangers of patent medicines. And if you'll go to one of those screenshots there and just pause that. Yeah. So there's this guy selling the patent medicines, which all of which had cocaine and so forth. And so this gentleman comes to buy some patent medicine. It's called Dr. Kumia's Cathartic Disease Elixir.
Shit, that's funny.
With 99% cocaine powders.
Someone said they'd seen a Dr. Kumia in there.
And what happens is that when the character takes it, he begins trying to rape a woman, and then he humps a tree. A young lady, I might add.
Fantastic. That is hysterical.
That's wonderful.
I am honored.
Yes.
I am honored.
The other silent film in the game, because we were looking, the research department said, at this time there was a big political debate because people were concerned, and rightly so, about women voting.
Yes.
So we did an entire cartoon about the dangers of letting women vote.
That's great. Oh, my God. I cannot wait to get home and play this. God damn you guys. So much of my time is spent on Rockstar games. Oh, great. It just really looks fantastic. You do get that immersion that you like in a game, Where you really can just play out like you're in the old way. Oh, man, execution. Right to the back of the head.
We were watching a lot of the Clint Eastwood films and The Proposition, which is a fantastic dark western that was done a few years ago by director John Hillcoat.
It's an Eastwood movie?
No. I think The Proposition was about 5 or 6 years ago, and it's not that well known. But if you like westerns, it's actually set in the turn of the century, like 1900, in Australia. And it's about trying to wipe out the Aborigines. It is a dark fucking film.
You guys do a lot of research on your games, on the time, the settings, and everything like that, and it just shows. It's like there's so many shitty games out there. That really don't put any thought behind it. They think they could just whip up a game, throw it out there, and people are going to bite, and it just doesn't work.
One of the things that was interesting about writing the scripts, because you're one of the characters in the game. There's hundreds of characters across the game world. And every script was about 15 or 20 pages long. You've got to have all these reactions. Like if you go up to Anthony's character and shoot at him, he's going to say one thing. If you try to tie him with a lasso, you'll say another. So you have to record all these categories. Every one of the scripts had to be approved by our research department to make sure that you weren't using words that weren't used during the period. And I had a couple of my scripts rejected because they said you used a word that wasn't used until 1912, and the game is set around 1910. I mean,
what was the word?
I don't even remember what it was.
Faggot.
Marshall. And basically the map of the world takes you from like Wyoming in the north, where there's the mountains, all the way down into Mexico. So there's like border towns, pueblos, and the vibe was trying to give you the sense of the struggle of the West. And also one of the themes that, since it's set right as technology and the government start to encroach on the West, there's this huge backlash from the characters and the storyline of the game to technology and government encroaching on people's lives.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of cool. Yeah. You got. I was going to say trains. Any interaction with choo-choo trains?
Yes. There's a great mission where you can ride your horse up by a train. And there's also a great Gatling gun mission.
Oh, God.
Can you get on the train?
You could shoot some people apart with that.
Yeah, you can also travel from town to town on the trains. If you don't feel like riding your horse and you just want to warp from one place to another, you can hop in a stagecoach.
How many towns are there?
How many towns are there, Forrest?
A lot.
Forrest just plays the game. Look at him. He is... You're pretty murderous on this goddamn game.
He's been playing it for over a year.
Wow.
Every day, for 12 hours a day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How many different types of weapons about? You got, I see you like the Winchester there.
Yeah, so we modeled the weapons on authentic weaponry from the period.
Obviously, yeah, you're not going to pull out a AR-15 and start going to town.
Yeah. So there's multiple different pistols. The fire bottle I really like. That's a good one.
That one's great.
Dynamite. If you can throw dynamite under a wagon or a horse, it makes for some comedy.
Oh, he's got a little stick of dynamite. Oh, yeah, that'll make a mess. Oh, shit. Dynamite. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh,
wow.
I think you wiped yourself out there.
Yeah.
I think you, did you blow up a black gentleman right there?
I believe he did.
I think it was an African-American gentleman.
Good old-fashioned fist fight. Nice.
Yeah, look at this.
What if you punch him into the cactus?
Look at him fighting with his dumb hat on.
Yeah.
He just He removed his hat. Wait a minute. And there you go. Take that with you.
Laszlo, you got celebrity voices in this?
That's great.
No, not really.
Not really?
We started to record some voices in New York, which is regular voice talent, but you soon realize that New York actors trying to sound like they're from the West,
they just can't pull it off.
They're so obviously from Brooklyn.
Wasn't working.
Right. So we went out to L.A. and did a lot of casting there and recorded hundreds of people in L.A., including when you go into the Mexican portion of the game, it's more Spanish than has ever been recorded for any video game in history, because when you cross the border. You know, in some video games, like especially I like the SOCOMs and stuff like that, where the terrorists all sort of speak in that crazy, messed up English, so you always understand when they're yelling at each other.
Yeah.
It's like, why would they be yelling to each other in English? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
In the Mexican portion of the game, everybody speaks Spanish. So
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
You have subtitles?
No.
So it's in real life, you wouldn't.
So it's like a game and Rosetta Stone, which is really cool.
I mean, when you go into the missions and stuff, the people there are speaking English, so you have, you're understanding the sort of cinematic.
But hey,
cutscene.
if you were in Mexico and there was people speaking Spanish, you wouldn't know what the fuck they were saying either.
The people that are just walking down the streets, or if you bump into somebody, they'll curse at you in Spanish. So
that's pretty cool, Laszlo. How much?
Like here with Mars.
I need to know how much does this game cost to make? Do you guys?
Wow.
Do you guys,
I don't know.
Is that number out there?
No, it's not.
I did see a report.
Oh, really?
You could tell me if it's just some gaming blog, but I saw a report that said it cost around $100 million.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, you got to imagine, Rockstar San Diego started this 5 years ago. You got to pay salaries.
I alone got $10 million just for the voices I did.
It's fantastic.
So,
I mean, but
really,
I think You know, I think it paid off, and because trying to turn around an open world western in a year or two, it doesn't make any sense.
How much does it sell for?
$59.99.
Are you guys a little worried? Sorry, Jim.
I don't know. I said 2 or 3 million copies, and you fucking easily got your money back.
Yeah, hope so.
It's
They're hoping to sell a lot more than that.
Oh, no, but I mean saying you can
perhaps more than that, Jim.
You guys worried about the video gaming industry? It's been down lately, hasn't it?
Yeah, but it's trending back up.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, everything's been down 20%.
Obviously, you guys are doing a much better job than other gaming companies.
But could we slow that down a little bit? Why is the gaming industry down 20%?
Well,
everyone's
just
too
the
busy on their
economy.
phones and stuff,
No,
or is it an economy thing?
Yeah,
or
all consumer goods were basically down 20%.
people just don't have that pocket money
Yeah.
anymore, or as much of it.
Oh, I like how your ears sort of ring when you
you throw the dynamite if you're a little too close.
Damn. He's just running through. He's just throwing fucking fire on people.
That's fantastic. They're just burning.
What's he running to? A castle? Or fort?
Yeah, he's heading into a fort.
Castle.
Wow, he is really in a world of shit over here.
Slowing it down. He's targeting somebody.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy, is he going to light that fucker up.
Oh, did he blast?
That's slowing it down feature. Wow, that's
Is he going to Mexico?
I like
it's
it.
really fucking cool.
Yeah, the Deadeye's a lot
really
of fun.
like
Yeah, I want
this,
to get him over the border. I want to hear the fucking Spanish.
Are you in? You're in
this is Mexico.
Oh, you are in. I'm sorry.
You got any sniper type?
Yep, there is a
missions?
sniper weapon.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, little crosshairs there. Oh, that guy ran away. Bastards. He's trying to get him with the crosshair.
Just took his head off.
That's fantastic. Right through the crosshair, slow motion. The guy's head exploded.
In slow motion.
Oh, is that great? Wow. So, this just looks like fun.
The other thing that we did with all the characters in the game, the ambient characters in the world, they don't just sort of walk in circles. They have lives. So Anthony's character will wake up, leave his house, go to the gun shop, and then characters will at quitting time will head off to the saloon or whatever, do some gambling and drinking, and then their character, as the sun goes down, will go home and go to sleep.
Jesus.
And you can watch this happen in
Yeah.
the game if you're in the
You
right
can-
area. You'll watch him walk
Yeah,
home.
I mean, if you really
That's
want to
great.
follow a person around for the day and watch
Without
them.
the temptation to blast him in the head at some
Right,
point.
exactly.
No kidding.
In his mundane day.
A lot of phone calls, Laszlo. Any,
right.
any Easter eggs?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, there
Anything
are.
you want to talk about?
There are Easter eggs. Well, there's a few show Easter eggs in there, I'll say. When you go into the general store, pay special attention to some of the brands of stuff. Including, in fact, I had a T-shirt made of one of my very favorite, was the...
Oh, my God.
What does it say?
It's the Peterson and Connor Junior Safety Bicycle Mounted Rifle. Peterson and Connor. Holy shit.
There's newspapers in the game that you can buy. You'll see somebody selling them in the thoroughfare that sort of tell you what's happening and give you clues on stuff that's coming up.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cool articles that we wrote in there based on real articles from the time about the health benefits of smoking and stuff like that. But there's a lot of the sort of the fake brands and things in there. Also, as you're riding. As it gets sort of twilight in the game and you're riding along, you'll see some guys sitting around a campfire, and they'll say, "Hey, if you want to sit down and hang out," and so you can make Marston go sit down, and one of them will start telling campfire stories, and there's a few Easter eggs in some of those campfire stories. Yeah.
Cool.
What about, you guys ever going to do one involving a plane or hijacking? Because with the graphics, you guys could do an amazing piece with that.
Well, it'd be about an hour-long game, wouldn't it?
Why?
Because you hijack the plane and just smash it into the ground.
Well, no, but I mean, as an element.
Oh, look, I won. I'm dead.
As an element.
As an element of the game.
Wait, so this is... So Jim Norton's idea for a game is called Jihad. What is this?
Jihad!
You know what?
Well,
different ways of terrorism, yeah.
In the GTA
like
games,
Al-Qaeda.
you get in the air. You get in the air and do some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
just thinking how cool it'd be to be sucked out
You
of
got
a
a hot
plane
air
with these
balloon in this?
graphics.
Just
Yeah,
turn
you
to the
blast it.
No,
1910, 1911, they had hot air balloons.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I don't think
no hot air.
No hot air balloons.
Oh,
I know they had them.
That's going to ruin sales
like
right
France
there.
had them in the 1700s.
See, I want to go on a long ride on a horse, and I want to get in a hot
And a
air
hot
balloon
air
for a
balloon?
little while and just kind of hang out, check out the horizon.
People asking, is it ever going to be available for PC?
I don't know. Most of
Yeah.
our games that we release end up going to PC, but
Some
they
point,
they haven't told me anything.
Yeah.
Typically, you try to release it on platforms that aren't pirated through the nose and try to make your money back first.
There you go.
Oh, that's
Exactly.
smart. Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
Wow, look at this. Well, you can't because it's radio once again.
But
Is Pirate Bay still fucking stealing shit, or they've been shut down effectively?
No, I think Pirate Bay's still around. They
I
have
think
gotten
they
it.
had to go legit like
That never works,
Napster
though.
did.
Yeah,
or
when-
no one ever goes there.
When Napster went legit, it was a boo.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm never going to Napster
It's like,
again.
right, it's like somebody showed up at the party with a bunch of non-alcoholic beer. Great, awesome, thanks a
What
lot.
fucking buzzkill that was for all of
Is
us.
this one of those plunger dynamite things you got going here?
Yes,
Wow.
you can,
All right,
you can set dynamite and wait for
a little
fellows.
wagon. Oh, wow. You are blowing up some of these.
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
somebody sent me on Twitter why one of the characters' name is Bonnie McFarlane.
Oh, shit.
Which I had nothing to do with, honestly.
Are you kidding
I
me?
swear to God.
She's riding her husband.
No, I did not.
Can you blow up that whole bridge?
I don't believe you can.
Oh.
Some destructible.
I'm having bad luck.
What's
Pointing
the matter?
out all the stuff you can't do.
I know, but yours.
I'm sorry.
But Opie wants to get in a hot air balloon.
I do.
What a faggoty game.
Just hang out.
Right.
As long
That
as,
would be cool though to have
as long
something
as-
dangling by the neck from a hot air balloon.
as long as it has a 360, you
Scarface in
know,
there.
if I could turn 360 degrees around, that would be nice.
Right. Listen to a little Kenny G. What kind of fucking game are you wanting to play?
Can you go in the water and swim?
You're not a very good swimmer in this game. But you do have to cross the river to get into Mexico.
See, that's cool.
Mexico.
Is he going to Mexico now?
I think he's in Mexico.
Yeah, we're in Mexico right
yeah,
now.
okay.
Yeah, hence the music. The music kind of changes to where you are.
Yeah.
I heard the little Mexican music playing there.
And also what they did, we hired composers that took a lot of instruments from the period, and they composed basically what are stems, like really long stems of music. So we didn't license any cowboy music, we didn't license any Johnny Cash.
Oh, really?
It's all scored.
No Bon
but
Jovi, I'm a cowboy.
Right.
On a steel horse I ride.
It's scored, and what the game will do is it will fly in those musical stems based on what's going. So if you come over a ridge and there's a bunch of bad guys, it'll start flying in stems of music to make it tense.
Oh, that's cool.
So
yeah, like a movie would.
Yeah, that's
exactly
really
like
cool.
it. So it feels a lot more cinematic.
You got your own version of Ecstasy of Gold in this movie?
No.
Hope he fails again.
Yeah. Why don't you ask him some other things? Do you guys have a DeLorean for this film?
I'm keeping it.
How about Mets hats?
I'm keeping it within the time period.
Uh-oh.
What do we got
See,
going
these
on
Mexicans, I don't know. The Mexicans took a woman. Jesus Christ.
now? Do you deal with any engines?
You sure this isn't...
There are Native Americans in the game, but it's they're pretty much off the reservation.
By 1910.
By 1910.
Yeah.
We already fucking crucified most of them at
We'd
that
already
point, right?
showed them who was who.
Exactly.
We were the first terrorists, man.
We stopped all their misbehaving.
Yes.
I love seeing those T-shirts, and they sell them in Union
sell
Square
them
and all over the
everywhere.
place that say, the original Homeland Security. And I was like, that's really comforting because they did a great fucking job. They got mowed over.
First people that showed up. That was it.
Exactly.
First people that showed up.
They were lopping each other's fucking scalps off.
Yes. Oh, the Gatling gun. That's great.
Well, I think this game's going to sell a few copies.
Yeah, I like this.
It's out already, right, Les?
Yeah, it came out Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. That's great, man.
Red
I
Dead
cannot
Redemption.
wait. I am going home, popping this in. Oh, although I do have to speak with my accountant before he... Oh, damn, that's right.
What did you do?
I got an appointment with my accountant. I made an appointment with my accountant today. After
Oh, is that where
work.
you go in the room and just roll around in the money?
Yeah. And we laugh.
And the guy says, wow, 100 still can't wrap around your fat cock, Ant. Ant's got a cock that's girthier than a bill.
But I'm going to want to play that. Maybe he can discuss things while I'm playing this.
Well, and we
Or at least
also
setting it up.
We also have the guy down the hall that wants to talk to us after the show today too.
Yeah, but I have an accountant meeting, so it's got to be quick.
Well, you tell him that.
And I have pool people over.
You tell him that.
Well, I will.
I know you will. All right, well, we'll continue with Laszlo. We're going to take a break. You got a Sambo in front of you?
Yeah.
That's not nice.
So we'll
no, it's a
let
sandwich.
Laszlo...
What?
Yeah, it's one
He meant
studio
sandwich.
over.
Oh, my
Laszlo, can we do some tech stuff after the break, even though you're not...
I didn't bring anything, but I'll...
Basic shit.
We'll talk about stuff like the iPad, which I have.
Yeah, we'll talk... Yeah.
Do you hear about
fill
the
you in.
iPad yet?
Why don't we take a break?
little
We'll
bit.
continue with Laszlo. All right, so we got Laszlo in studio. We got Forrest. He's playing Red Dead Redemption as we speak here. And I was asking Laszlo, catching up a little bit. And it's vacation time. This is his last stop before he goes on vacation. So I go, where are you going? He says Croatia.
Yeah. I like places with unexploded shells on the ground so that you can encourage children to walk towards them.
Why not the Caribbean,
Throw
Laszlo?
toys out in the minefield.
Why not the Caribbean?
I don't know.
Hang out, just get a tan, drink some fruity drinks.
I like
mellow out.
The Mediterranean's nice, man. They got good cheese. There's good hash over there.
Why did you decide Croatia? Because of the good hash?
No, I mean, just talking to when I was in Turkey last year.
Istanbul?
Yes.
Me and you, brother. I was there.
It's a pretty dope town.
You go to the Blue Mosque?
I did go to the Blue Mosque.
Where they have all sorts of rules?
It
Yes.
needed the money.
You can't go in with your shoes in.
No?
Yeah, you got to take your shoes
Then
off.
I'm not going.
Take your shoes off, and they have all sorts of rules. Did you see the beard hair of Muhammad?
Yes.
The one strand of hair?
Yes.
And people line up for hours?
Dude.
Are you bullshitting me? Because I did it.
It's nuts.
Behind the really thick glass, one lousy hair, and people line up for hours to see this thing.
It's and also it's weird when you're walking around that town and in the afternoon, and all of a sudden these weird horns go off, and this guy on the horn goes. It's like, whoa.
What is it, like the call to prayer thing? Or
Infatata or something. Yeah, it's like...
and wherever you go, they try to sell you a damn rug.
Yeah.
Did you buy the
No,
myth?
no.
Okay.
Who wants to haul a fucking rug on a plane?
Right. Wherever you go, they try to...
You can buy a rug in New York.
And a lot of poor people coming up to you, running up to you, just trying to get whatever they can from you.
Yeah, the food in Turkey is fantastic, but the people look like there's been a nuclear apocalypse and they've lived. I mean, just like hard, rotund, scraggly motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
Really scary.
Yeah. I mean, the Turks are no fucking around. You can imagine them a few hundred years ago wearing animal skins and slitting your fucking throat.
Yeah. We were walking around in a little, I don't know, like a little flea market type area. They had a whole bunch of stuff for sale. And I see George Hamilton walk by. A true story. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing in the middle of Istanbul in the like almost like the ghetto area? I don't know.
Getting a tan.
But you went recently to Istanbul?
I went last year, yeah.
See, I went before 9/11. I would be scared to go there, now.
No,
because I mean they got the hardcore Muslims there, all covered up and everything.
Well, but it's a secular country, so nobody fucks with you. Yeah, I mean they do have a border that they share with Iraq, and I was told don't get very near there.
Don't get close to
and
there.
I flew out of an airport near there, and I was texting Anthony because when you drive into the airport, it literally looks like something out of fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Wow.
I mean, it's just military. There was anti-aircraft guns as you drive into the airport. I was like, well, this is fucking relaxing. And then our plane is starting to taxi, and a MiG jumps in front of us and takes off in front of us.
Wow,
it's like brilliant.
So you weren't in Istanbul for 2 weeks. You were in Turkey for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
So
you traveled the southern border in the buses with the people.
Wow, really?
Yes.
You weren't scared at all?
No.
Bet.
No.
Huh. Did you go to any of the islands?
No, I didn't. But
'Cause they got some beautiful islands.
You travel the southern coast there, and there's like chapters of the Bible written around that shit.
Yeah,
Council of Lycia.
That's some old world stuff.
Old school shit.
Yeah.
There's right around there where Revelations was written. My chick's like, you want to go check that out? I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm all right.
I read the chapter. Not a very uplifting book.
So you don't want to end up in prison there.
No.
Well,
because we all know about Midnight Express.
Yeah. What was the coolest thing you did in Turkey?
Snorkeling. Actually, snorkeling.
Why?
Because there's
you could do that in the Caribbean.
No, because there was a earthquake like a couple thousand years ago, and a lot of the ruins sunk. Ooh. So you can actually snorkel through all sorts of crazy Greek and Roman ruins.
Wow, that's fucked
Why didn't
up.
you go the distance and do a little scuba diving?
I don't know. It's more work to actually snorkel.
You don't like diving?
No, I mean I like free diving. I'll go down 30 or 40 feet, but I just don't have an air tank.
Oh, you're that good?
Yeah.
How long could you stay underwater with a snorkel? I mean, the snorkel means nothing.
Right.
I understand that, but
I don't know, minute and a half.
Nah, come on.
Yeah,
that's damn impressive.
Laszlo's a surfer.
No, I know
So
that.
he's in the water a lot.
All right, so now Croatia.
Yeah, Croatia.
What are you gonna do in Croatia?
I'm just going island hopping. You hop on these crazy
Did you know
ferries.
there was a lot of islands in Croatia?
I didn't know that.
I had no idea.
No, it's right across from Italy. The Croatia.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like
Full of Croats.
Yeah, you can basically get like a house on the beach for like $130 a night.
Really?
Yeah. It's dope.
Per cheap.
Yep.
Is it a party town?
Don't know.
You don't know much about it? You're
No,
just
I'm just going.
Laszlo's an adventurer. I'm just selling you on that.
Yeah.
I'm like Laszlo is. He goes to all kind. He just travels the globe.
I go to the same goddamn islands every year in the Caribbean. I got to start doing something different.
I'm one of these days. I want to take that field trip to Germany.
Laszlo's
been to Germany.
I
quite
put
a few
together
times, so.
I put together a tour.
Quite the itinerary.
That Anthony and I are going to take together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to fly Lufthansa.
Yeah.
Are you really going to do this someday?
We've already, I've got the whole agenda together. We just got to coordinate our schedules.
Yeah, I want to take that time off
Book
and go there.
Yeah, book it and do it.
Go to Germany.
So you're ready for a vacation, huh?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I
With
mean,
Don
like
Burt?
You've been nonstop with
yeah,
this game now.
I mean, the guys at Rockstar San Diego are taking like a month off. Well, fucking deserved. You know,
Wow.
people have been working like bastards to make this game come
shut
out.
the doors, lock them, and say we'll be back in a month.
Right,
Leave us
exactly.
alone.
By the way, thanks on the congratulations.
Oh, dude, that's yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah, good. Oh yeah, you had a baby. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
I'm sorry. And last night I said, I should definitely thank Opie for having a child. And then I came in and all I heard from Steve C. down the hall is about the glories and trials of parenthood. Three weeks in.
I had my first.
See-
Opie's ripping me off.
Yeah. See, Steve is being the guy I don't want to be. I'm not bragging. I'm not showing a million
Fat.
pictures. I'm not bringing the kid in here. I'm not like telling people how great it is. I'm just going with the flow.
Yeah.
And I
well,
bring little tidbits to the show when I think it might be interesting to people. That's it. That's me.
Yeah. Well, but are you officially done with your past life? Well, you didn't really hang out with your friends before anyway. So, I mean, because that's what happens when people have kids. They just sort of.
Well,
Yeah,
they take the train to Lameville for 18 years, and then after that they start swinging. You gonna start swinging?
No.
The train
No,
to
see-
Lameville and then swinging.
No.
That's
See,
fantastic.
I'm an old father. I'm that guy. I did it all. I'm in a good place right now. I'm happy. Real happy, actually.
That's great.
Yeah. What can I tell you?
It's getting really warm and fuzzy in here. Can we?
I know. Have you, Laszlo, ever?
Nah.
Make it sound like you
You're one of those
climbed
guys?
Everest.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of feels like that sometimes.
No, I mean I've done it all. I'm through.
Right.
Oh no!
How many years do we just spend with our asses in this chair telling dick jokes?
Well, that's the problem. I mean, if we could like lighten up the schedule a little bit, maybe we
I
can
know.
get some more adventures.
Get some
in-
adventure like
into
Laszlo
into our lives
all over the world.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I mean, I'm not done with exploring and all that shit, but I'm at a good place. So let's move on. See, this is the type of thing Steve would get
Yeah.
excited about and talk about for another 20 minutes.
This is my priority now.
Food and men.
I'm a gatherer.
It's great. We were watching Forrest. You can go hunt in Red Dead, and he was
Yeah.
chasing a bear.
He sure was.
Down the.
Yeah, and the bear was kicking his ass for a
Yes.
little bit.
Now
and
this
then,
town looks a little different. Is
he
this
nailed
more
it.
like one of the first quote cities?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
This is-
more modern.
more
Yeah,
modern.
it's more of sort of a Kansas City, Chicago kind of vibe. It's more in the northeastern section of the map.
Yeah, look at that. There's
Wow,
kind
it's-
of a uniform,
it's more developed.
cop-looking thing, and then some telegraph wires and gas lamps and things like that, as opposed to the real kind of skanky old west towns.
Yeah.
Cobblestone streets.
And then we came across a camp that was filled with hermits. You were telling us?
That was a cannibal. There was a guy.
One guy is a cannibal.
A guy sitting there
apparently.
eating some people that he had come across, and then he tries to eat you.
Wow.
Yes. It just never ends.
Yeah, the bear scene was great. It took a while to take down the bear.
People in town don't like you. Wow.
Hey, Laszlo, while we have you here, maybe a little tech talk. I know you're not prepared for it, but you're always on
I was
the up
never
and up.
prepared for it when I was prepared for it anyway.
Anthony got the iPad yesterday or
Well,
a couple days ago. He said he wouldn't, and he finally got it.
No, it was a gift. It was a gift from the wonderful people
Yeah,
of
well,
Mohegan
you send
Sun.
that back and say, I don't want
They
the
sent
iPad.
me an iPad. I'm not going to send
Send
it
it
back.
back and say, look, I want something else. I don't like
Is
the
it
iPad.
branded?
No, it just showed up. It was I registered it under my name and everything, and there it is. I have an iPad. So
Well, Laszlo's giving you that look. You're not a fan of the iPad, Laszlo?
No, I think having a large iPhone's awesome.
I've been futzing around with it, and I do like reading web pages off of it. That's really cool. I can do it on my computer, obviously, but to be able to kind of just lean back on the couch, dude, boom, you got your pages, boom, your coffee. No, and scroll through websites. It's easier than a mouse for some stupid reason.
I love hearing a gunfight going on while you're describing
yeah,
this.
I know.
It's
It's
perfect.
just- these guys are being mowed down.
He just shot a cop in the knees and feet.
Like, I like that. The game apps are a lot better to play on it because it's bigger. It's just a lot more fun that way. I've been playing this game called Cogs, and you got to fucking move cogs and steam pipes around to make things work. It gives you a little thing like get the big wheel to turn, and you got to figure out the puzzle. Like, I like puzzle games like that. That's kind of cool. The video is great.
Yeah, the
I have
video looks amazing.
I have Netflix on it. So the other day, I was in bed the other night, and I just popped on Fargo, see what it looks like.
You had to
And-
hold it the whole time, though.
No, you know
Or
what I
did
did?
you prop it up against a pillow or something?
I kind of just put my comforter and bunched it up and just leaned it against there. I'm laying down sideways watching it, and it sounded great. Streaming from Netflix.
I got my Kindle, so I'm happy.
Yeah, and it's got book reader.
Yeah, the nice thing
Raider.
about the iPad though is it came just in time to make the publishers, the book publishers, back off because
Yeah.
they were getting really moody with Amazon and the Kindle because and this is what's always frustrated me about books. Books should not cost $28 or whatever the fuck when a book comes out. It's ridiculous. And so Amazon, like Apple, said, we're going to sort of set some of the structure here. Books should be like $14, $10, $7.
Oh, Jimmy's getting mad.
And the and the publishers pushed back, but then the iPad came along, and they're going for the same sort of revenue model as well, which I think it's great. I mean, electronic books, I'm really not all that into them, but
why?
There is less production cost, though. Like, if you do an electronic book, I mean, the cost of producing books, there's no cost to electronics, so they should charge less for them because you're not costing the same.
It's not a printer and binding. You have to bind a book.
Yeah, or glue.
Make a spine.
Or shipping costs.
Yeah.
Or shelving costs.
One thing I don't like, though, it is very expensive to burn iPads. As you see, horrible Jewish writings.
Right.
It's very hard to throw them into a big pile.
And hopefully it'll
let's start an iPad burning.
Yeah.
iPad burning.
Why don't we do that?
Hopefully it'll set up some kind of situation where newspapers can actually make some money off their content because newspapers are going broke,
done.
which is a bad thing for journalism.
But that's the problem with the Kindle. You can't get. They only have a few newspapers you can get.
Oh, is that it? Yeah.
They don't really have a lot. They really don't.
You know what, though? You go to
I don't know why.
various sites, and you really don't need the
Yeah,
newspapers.
but you know what? On the go.
I know, but you go to newspaper websites, and a lot of the news sites just aggregate from newspapers. It's like somebody's got to go research and write those stories.
Yeah, that is true. They got to figure out how to get out of that paper thing and just have electronics. I mean, you're gonna still get the poor old bastards that's gonna be, where's my newspaper?
Well, I would like to
Don't
know
know how to
why
work
some of these
anything.
newspapers haven't embraced the Kindle and the iPad.
Because they're run by people that are 115 years old.
It's a fad.
I mean, we used to live in Boston, and every once in a while I want to read the Boston Herald. Last I checked, they don't have it available for the Kindle. I would fucking just download that every once in a while, and they would make my money.
Yeah, you pay for it?
Yeah, it's like 25. The ones they have there, it's like 25 cents, 50 cents, whatever it is. It's nothing. But that would add up for these guys.
And people have become accustomed to everything on the internet being for free, and I don't think it's going to last forever because people got to make money somehow. Though, have you noticed that you can't watch Dick All on like any videos anymore without having to sit through a goddamn 30-second commercial?
So frustrating.
Fuck, man.
Oh yeah.
And you can't. And you used to be
Can't
able to just
forward it,
drag
yeah.
and fast forward it.
Can't do
Not any
shit.
longer.
They have the
can't-
countdown clock, though, to keep you in there.
You
It's like,
can't mute it. You can't slide it. You can't do shit.
Your video will start in 17 seconds. Great, thanks.
And how long before it's a lot longer than that?
Yeah.
You know, they could run, if you want to see a
Oh,
video
my God,
bad enough,
please, no.
they could run commercials like they do on a TV show.
They're experimenting. It's kind of like your theory, Ant. They're just turning on the heat.
Yeah, turn up the heat a little bit.
Seeing how much we're going to
they'll
take.
See how much these people will take, and then we'll
You're
really
right.
fuck them.
One of those freaking videos that goes viral, why not put 5 minutes in front of it?
Yeah, you'll sit there, or you'll get up and walk away like you do on TV.
Yeah, but it's hard to find an advertiser that wants to put their commercial on the front of somebody sitting on a glass jar and breaking it with their asshole.
It's not the Preparation H.
It's not the only viral video, Laszlo.
But let's be honest. That's what I love about advertisers. They're like, let's create a viral video that gets passed around. It's like, unless somebody's getting fist fucked.
Yeah, no one wants
Or they're
to
blowing
see.
a horse. They're not going to pass around your stupid fake viral video that you made.
And they always look fake, right?
Stone kid coming home from the dentist. That's pretty
Terrific.
funny. And little English kid getting his finger bitten.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Ah, Charlie.
That hurt.
That
Why? That is so funny is beyond me.
I never saw
but
it.
it is so fucking funny.
It's one of the
You know
most
that,
classic
it's
viral
just the
videos
guy
of
that-
all time.
The guy that punched the black kid on the bus.
Yeah.
Black kid, that guy was 51.
What? Was he?
Yes.
Whatever.
The black guy was 51.
The Oakland thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that was an old man.
He's the guy that punched him. It's driving him crazy. He's getting all these phone calls from racists across the nation, like, "Good job, man!
Yeah, you done did good."
So he's been having a very stressful life since that incident. He tried to shave his beard off. He was also getting harassed by some black groups.
Really?
Yes.
Could he beat a guy up who was talking shit?
So.
You do realize you live in America, right, Jimmy? I mean, people just have a problem with that type of thing.
The guy
I mean,
was
you're
an
right,
ass.
but
Guy was giving him shit, and he got his
comeuppance.
He got his comeuppance.
That big beard man.
Got what was coming to him.
Whatever. All right, what else you got in tech? Anything? Not to put you on the spot, but anything that's. Where are we going with the phone technology? Is it always going to be about the iPhone, or are we going to have some legitimate choices out there?
It's interesting to me to see Verizon actually trying to battle the iPhone, and there's a lot of people that love that Droid.
Yeah.
But I mean, Verizon for so long, their operating systems and their phones were completely frustrating because you couldn't do anything from the outside world in it.
Yeah.
Which is, as much as people hate the iPhone, they at least broke that fucking mentality and said, you know what, let people develop apps, let them surf the net. Don't nickel and dime them for every bit that they download.
Right.
And I think, consumers are a lot better for it. But I wonder, are people really developing apps for the Droid versus the iPhone? And the Droid is now, they're claiming that they've got a bigger install base than the iPhone.
Really?
Which I don't see how that could be.
I can't even believe
A
that.
bigger what?
Install base.
Yeah, I don't.
Droid's
No.
popular though. I have the iPhone app. My iPhone app. I've gotten a lot of requests for the Droid. That's the one people are like. Get one for the Droid. Get one for the Droid.
Tell them to go fuck themselves.
I can't.
Tell them to get a goddamn
No.
iPhone.
No.
What does your iPhone app do?
Everything.
Really? Can I do my finances in there?
I'd prefer it if you did. No, it's actually just to connect to me and my dates and all that stuff and Twitter. It's insane now.
It's all about you.
Of course.
But does it entertain me as an app?
I don't know. It's $1. What do you want? Yeah, it's got.
You're really selling this.
That's
Jeff.
got ringtones and sounds and stuff like that. But people usually charge for ringtones. They get like 16 ringtones for free. So fuck the whole world.
Fuck them all.
Can I please read a instant feedback from a dummy Anthony, please?
Oh.
Please. Matt in Virginia. Hey, Ope, since when is 132 newspapers and 75 U.S. newspapers available for the Kindle? Not that many. Sorry they're missing one Boston newspaper you want you want. Try the Boston Globe, which is on there. No, I want to read the Boston Herald, and that's why I have a problem with the amount of newspapers that are available for the Kindle, you dope.
Try the Phoenix.
If I wanted to read the Boston Globe, I would have said I want to read the Boston Globe. I want the fucking Boston Herald for the Kindle. That's the one I used to read.
You'll get the Boston Globe and like it.
The Boston Globe is too highbrow.
Yeah, that is. That's like the
Too
New York
highbrow.
Post.
What? It's like their version of the New York Times.
It's like the New York Times and the New York Post. Yeah.
Is highbrow to you, or they actually put in parentheses how to pronounce the things?
It's any newspaper that has the columnist's picture done in stipple print.
Stipple?
That's where it looks like they're drawn in
I would
little
have just
dots.
said in dots.
It's called stipple.
Why do you have to say stipple and make us all look
It's called
stupid?
stipple.
He likes making us all look stupid.
Don't squeeze the shaman, said Mr. Stipple.
No. Oh, shit. That was Mr. Whipple.
Any other tech stuff there,
Nah.
Laszlo? You're done with that. You're a tired man. You just want to go to Croatia. Are you leaving for the airport right after this?
No, I'm going on Ron and Fez for a bit, and then heading to Croatia. But
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah, I had.
For what?
Here we
We
go.
were just talking about that.
we're-
He's vacationing in Croatia.
He's going there for a couple weeks.
War-torn country. Good vibe.
He figured 2 legs. I don't need them.
Jimmy doesn't really go on vacations.
Not places in the middle of a civil war. No.
That was a few years ago.
Who are you going with?
My chick.
Does she want to go there?
Yeah.
She Croatian?
No, she's Polish.
He goes to crazy places. He was in Turkey last
You
year.
like Jonathan? My manager's
ago.
like that. He goes to nutty places.
No, listen, I don't go to. He goes to stupid places.
Yeah, like
who goes to
African,
Afghanistan
Somalia.
and that's insane.
Turkey can be scary. Come on.
Yeah,
I know you're saying
No, dude, you can go to cities in Turkey that everybody's British. The Brits have invaded the south of Turkey.
Yeah,
there's towns that
Still remnants of the empire?
Yes, it's all fish and chips.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they actually have tourism advertisements for Turkey here on TV. I've seen them. They don't have it for, like, Mogadishu, Somalia. You never see a tourism
Any place
spot
you have to
for
get
that.
shots to go to.
Yeah, I don't like that whole getting shots, and a lot of them.
Yeah, any place that 25% of the people have AIDS, I don't go.
25%.
Right.
It's like 50
You're
over there.
You're one step below that, though, Laszlo.
What do you mean?
You're pretty
Yeah.
close to going to places where you need shots.
Oh, yeah.
Croatia.
Yeah.
Is it all put together?
No, it's a pretty
No, you
civilized
could get
place.
shot there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very civilized. A member of the parliament is Mirko Krokop. He's a member of the parliament.
Really?
He's a fucking MMA kickboxer.
Good. Kick some ass.
Nice. I had in the midst of working on Red Dead for a while, I had a warrant out for my arrest, which was kind of entertaining.
Really?
Yeah. Which the thing about having a warrant out for your arrest is it doesn't really hit home until you're driving drunk. Because you're like,
Yeah.
wow, this could end poorly.
Yeah, I'm really taking a chance.
Because you think sometimes if you've got a bit of a buzz on and you're driving, like, I may be able to talk my way out of this, or he won't smell that I stink like a fucking six-pack of Tall Boys. But as soon as he runs that fucking driver's license and sees that you've got a warrant, you're dunsy.
Step out of the vehicle, sir.
Yeah, because, I was supposed to go to some court dates, but we had to work late on the game, so I kind of missed them. They get a bit moody about that.
You're not supposed to miss those.
Why'd you have to go to court, though? Or you don't want to say?
Well, I was sort of fighting. I got into an argument with an enforcement officer type person.
Oh, my God.
Fight?
Well, no, not a fight.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was sort of in Long Beach, they've got these cops that aren't really cops, but they can issue things that get you in a lot of trouble.
Trustees? What
Yeah,
the
and
fuck?
so, I was...
Those dumb tickets for doing dumb things?
Yeah, it was like I was running with my dog.
Right.
And he said, you can't have your dog on the beach. And then I sort of said some things about his line of work and how much he makes. And next thing you know, he's calling me in on the radio and citing me for a bunch of shit.
And the problem is they could call in the real cops.
Yeah,
That's what's so frustrating.
And instead of paying it, I'm like, I'm going to go fight that. I'm going to make his fat ass show up in court.
Yeah.
And then my fat ass fucking didn't go to court.
Oh.
Laszlo, I live right on the Hudson River, right? And they have a pier, and you do a lot of bike riding up and down the river, and there's this long, long pier where you want to go out in the middle of the Hudson River, basically. I was riding my bike on there once, and all hell broke loose. I'm like, what's the problem with being on your bike?
And that's what I love the people that are citing you for exercising are always fat fucks.
Right.
Yeah.
But
It's just like
I wasn't even like riding my bike hard. It's easier
Right.
to just stay on the seat instead of walk your bike. So, and I was probably going the exact same speed if I was walking my bike. Oh, but this woman who just loves her authority and
Right.
her power
and probably had an ass
to
you
make
could show
my
a fucking movie on.
Yep. How to make my life a living hell, and then she's giving me an extra ticket because I don't have ID on me. Because you're supposed to have ID on you
Of
at all
course.
times.
Oh, you are.
So I had two pink fucking citations.
Yeah, I didn't have ID. Yeah, I didn't have ID on me. That's the other thing that bugs me. You don't have ID. Yeah, I don't fucking carry ID with me.
Well, what if you're Mexican? Kick you out. Gotta counter your papers.
So is the dog incident over with?
Well, yeah, I sort of paid money to make it go away.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
But,
Throw money
boy,
at it.
But you shouldn't have been in that predicament to begin with.
I know.
Because what the fuck was your dog doing on the beach? I mean, really, bothering who?
Exactly. But then, you know, I'd be driving home after a party or something, and I'm like, man, fuck it. I got a warrant out for my arrest. I'm driving drunk. And you start humming Johnny Cash songs and shit. You're like, yeah, I kind of feel like a badass right now.
Oh, no.
You're like, no, this is going to end with me paying a lot of fucking money through the nose.
That's when you just put on cruise control and
Cruise control?
get in
Take a nap? What
get
did
in
you-
the right lane.
Yeah.
And just drive the speed limit. No weaving.
Cruise control.
Don't
though,
be
that's
silly.
a little dangerous. 'Cause
Why?
then you're thinking, I don't have to pay too much attention.
No. Cruise control is to take care of the speed. Now there's one less thing you got to think of. So now you can just concentrate on your surroundings and keeping the wheel straight.
Yeah.
You ever do that one where you close your right eye?
If you have to close one eye, you
You're
are
in
way
trouble.
too far gone.
You're in trouble.
I have never had to close one eye.
I can't remember the last time I had to close an eye.
Because that is way out of bounds.
No, close one eye and roll all the windows down.
I've had to
And
roll the
slap your
windows
face a
down
bunch?
just to stay awake.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
stay awake. But, yeah, if you're closing one eye because you're seeing double, you should not be in that
Yeah.
car, man. Oof. I mean, there's a difference between blowing a .09, which technically is drunk.
And thinking
but-
two officers are harassing you when it's only one.
Yeah, hey, what the fuck are you doing? You blow a .09 or .08, .09, which is legally drunk, you can function. Believe me, it is no problem. But if you're fucking around with a .15, .17, shit like that, now you're into that. You should not be fucking driving. I still think the legal limit should be .1. I don't think it
Yeah.
should be .08. .08's too fucking low. It's a couple of beers on an empty stomach. Yeah, you got a little buzz on. You're feeling good. You're kind of happier. But it's not impairing your judgment to fucking get from the brake to the gas and the gas to the brake and just stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, why did-
.08 to .1.
Why did they do that anyway?
God, it's one of those things. I think the federales got involved
Yeah.
and said, if you want your fucking highway money.
That's the way they always do it.
Yeah. Oh, you could set your speed limit at 100. We don't care. By the way, no federal highway funding. So you're pretty much muscling, you mob tactics to keep me doing what you want me to do. Oh, states have their rights. Yeah, state rights. Yeah, that's fine. But we're not going to give you any of the federal money. Oh, thanks. Great. Fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, that car doesn't have a horse attached to it in the game.
What's good?
What is
I
that?
think it's in the front.
Oh, yeah.
You just
it's
can't
gotta
see
be.
it.
There's no horse.
Oh, no, it is.
It's a fucking
It's a
horseless carriage.
It is.
Holy shit, you can almost hear the engine, yeah.
Well, I haven't seen this mission. Is this toward the end of the game?
Hold on.
Wow.
Go ahead, Forrest.
This is later in the game. It's you're in a truck in the more modern city. They
Yeah,
have-
so you're in
they
the
have
bed of the
trucks
truck
and
with the
stuff.
Gatling gun.
Yeah, there's a
Oh, they're throwing
modern
fire
Gatling
at you.
gun.
Oh, you just got clipped.
It's really not good to encourage people to drive drunk.
No.
They got to figure it out for themselves.
But,
Yeah.
but .08.
God, and the days of the punishment being you had to pour your beer out in front of them. God damn, I miss those.
Yeah. Pour your beer out. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
You'd argue that one.
Yeah.
You know, we just
Yeah.
bought these.
Come on.
That's right when Bud Ice came out. You know, I was like, come on, this stuff costs extra.
It's a Bud Ice.
It's
man.
ice brewed, which I don't understand because brewing beer, you're boiling it, but whatever the fuck.
Can I just finish this one?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'll go right home.
What happened to Bud Ice?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Still around?
I don't think so. Maybe in some places.
Yeah.
For the most part, I don't think so.
And I've said it 1,000 times. They should have the drunk driving license, where you take a special. They could charge you money, whatever they need to do. Where you take a special road test, where you drink, they breathalyze you, and you drive through a course, and then your license has a rating of what blood alcohol level you are legally allowed to drive with. As opposed to, because some people react to alcohol a lot different than others.
Yeah, sometimes they just take their panties off.
So, exactly. And other people are fine and dandy at all kinds of levels. So what you do is, it's this thing, it costs a lot of money, so that, and you could drive through it, and you keep blowing into the breathalyzer, the higher it gets, whatever, as long as you're able to get through the course, and then your license is stamped with a, 0.12, let's say. And then if you get pulled over and you're 0.1, you're free to go because you're good for a 0.12.
Now, are you hoping a legislator is going to take you up on this?
Who the fuck would commit political career suicide pushing that legislation?
And another thing, I'm going to lower the age of consent.
Right. Now that I like too. That's a good one.
That's a really crummy idea.
Jimmy,
that's crummy.
Why don't you like it? You're a killjoy.
I like how Anna's trying to do anything other than not drink and drive. Why don't they just make rubber clothes to put people in so if I hit them, they bounce?
Exactly. Bubble wrap.
Bumper cars for everyone, right?
Whatever happened to your I'm not drinking thing? Because when I was over your house last, you were drinking.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, during the week, I'm very good.
And what is it about when people quit stuff? They always got to tell you, I'm not smoking. I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah. Tell me when you're smoking again.
Right. I haven't had a drink in 2 days. I don't care. Stop pushing your problems on me.
No, during the week is because the working out. It's very difficult to work out and drink, so that and it defeats its own purpose.
Yeah.
No, it defeats its purpose. The purpose. So, but the weekends are still woohoo, yay!
Are you drinking more on weekends to make up for the fact you're not drinking during the week?
Exactly.
That's usually what happens, right?
And now the house is being summarized.
Yes.
Summarization is
just the rotating bastions of huas coming through.
Yes, that's what we need. Rotating huas.
I love when I text Anthony, and 3 days later I text him again, and I'm like, "Did you get my message?" He's like, it gets mixed in with whore email.
With whore mail. I have whore mail coming in.
And I was thinking,
you got whore mail.
Right. I started to get offended, and I was like, wait a second. If I'm getting text from whores, and I see something come in from Anthony, I'm like, whatever, dude.
No. Laszlo will always get through. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, Ange. No, the pool guys didn't come yesterday. They're supposed to come today. They were behind schedule because of the rain. I shan't have it. I shan't have it.
Well, why don't we,
By the way, that sound that we're hearing, this is what it's like to be Anthony. When you're just sitting there in the quiet, that's what you hear.
I didn't even know the game was on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
It's just background noise.
Thought it was my...
You know what? I thought we talked about everything in this game.
I feel at home.
This is cool as hell, man. It's underground in a mine shaft.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's
How
in a mine.
cool is this?
Oh, that's cool. It could be almost that labyrinthy feeling.
Also,
can you jump on one of those, what are they called? Mine shaft vehicles?
Yeah, you can.
Like Dr. Jones in Short Round?
Very nice.
Yeah. Oh,
there's also some nice multiplayer bits where you run through the mines.
Oh, that guy. You shot the gun out of his hand and shot him in the chest.
Wow, very cool. Look at that.
Oh, this guy's whimpering?
In the mine.
Up.
Well, he'll...
Red Dead
Won't see
Redemption.
him no more.
Out now, PS3, Xbox 360.
Right.
Yes.
All right, Laszlo. Should we get you out of here? What do you want to do?
Well, he's hanging out till...
I'll hang.
Fez.
All right, you'll hang. Maybe we'll do some other things after.
Thanks for calling the Opie and Anthony FU line. Here's the latest batch of FUs.
You have 6 new voice messages. First voice message.
I want to send a big FU to my dumb wife for thinking I'm fucking one of my friends, which I haven't fucked yet. But I haven't fucking many other girls, you dumb cunt. Fuck you.
Next message.
I want to send a big FU to E-Rock because he's a little bitch and he's never going to get in shape enough to impress anyone. Fuck you, E-Rock. Stop being a pussy.
Next message.
I want to say fuck to the cleaning lady at work. He's always cleaning the fucking bathroom every time I gotta take a piss on my break. Fuck you, go clean something else.
Next message.
Yeah, this FU goes out to my fucking cunt ex-girlfriend who had me divorce my wife and leave my kids just so she could up and fucking leave me 8 months later for some dipshit. So fuck you.
Next message.
Yeah, this FU is for the dumb motherfucker who went into my locker at the fucking gym and stole nothing but my hat. My brand new fucking hat. Fuck you, you dumb piece of shit. There was $300 cash in my wallet and you took only my hat. You fucking idiot.
Next message.
I gotta give a big FU to Sean the intern. Holy fuck, man, you're making us all look bad. You're a pathetic excuse for a man. Fuck you.
End of new messages.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line. 866-FU-Line-1. That's 866-Line-1.
Thank you and goodbye.
Good morning. Thanks for calling Radio Shack. My name is Danny. How can I help you?
I used to have the thing on my TV where you can download shit from, like through, the air, satellite.
Like Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi, whatever. Here's the thing. But, I mean, that's not working now because...
This is Radio Shack. Do you need, like, an AC adapter?
Maybe get somebody to come over and fix it.
Well, I mean, this is Radio Shack, so we don't really do that.
Oh.
We sell products.
Oh, I see.
Well, I mean, I'm not supposed to do this, but, did you get into your router settings and take a look in there?
Okay, so it's right here. So what are you saying?
Like, just look into your router settings.
Okay, so I log in. I find this shit right here.
Yeah, exactly, right. So get in there and then, make sure that your Wi-Fi is enabled.
But where do you fucking wire it into?
Well, I mean, it should just be wired right from your cable modem. It should just be right in there.
Yeah. Why? How do you know that?
Because that's just how it works.
Are you talking about the the heavy, thick wire you're talking about?
You mean like a Cat5?
You're talking about
Ethernet cable?
Yeah, I think they call them hot wires.
Firewire?
Firewire.
Dude, do you need like a universal AC adapter or a soldering iron?
What's that?
Dude, let me just get back to work, man. Like, can you open a browser and get to the web?
So it's wireless. It's a wireless connection.
Yeah, it's wireless. It's a wireless connection. Are you on the web?
Okay, so now...
Can you go to a website? Can you do that?
You hook it up, okay?
Are you listening? Are you listening to me? Can you open a browser and go to your homepage?
Is it that easy?
Yes!
Click. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I see it. Jeez. Bingo. We have a winner. Is that it? Is that it for good? Am I set for life?
Yeah, that's it, dude. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you for helping me.
Yeah, man, no problem, dude.
There were some other tech questions I needed. Oh, Facebook.
No.
I'm up to my limit of friends.
No, if you want a cordless phone or some LEDs,
I'm up to my limit of friends, 5,000.
I'm not helping you.
I think somebody set up a fan page.
I'm hanging up.
How do I get people to go there instead of sending me friend requests?
You're listening to Opie and Anthony on the Virus, Sirius XM.
Hey, we're hanging with our old friend Laszlo. Sorry about the Red Dead Redemption audio in the background during the commercials.
I think it made the commercials.
Mars set up the
better.
studio differently today, I think, so I just assumed that wasn't going to bleed in, but
yeah, we were playing
whatever.
Five Finger Fillet in the game. You know that game where you... I guess I tried it after I saw Aliens, where you take the knife and you try to pop between your
fingers without hitting your fingers.
It always ends really poorly.
Yeah. You do good right up until you don't. That's pretty much what that game is.
Laszlo made some notes during the break. He wants to call out E-Rock and Sam, I'm hearing.
So
Sam better get his ass down here.
I mentioned the Worst of the Week countdown. Now, the channel used to, on the weekends, have full shows. But now we've got sort of the headline news Cliff Notes version of the show, right?
Yeah. By the way, you would think we would run our own channel. We really don't, because if it was up to us, and I wish it was, we would have some fine live programming on the weekends, and you would be one of those shows, Laszlo.
Well,
I mean, that's no secret. Patrice would be one of those shows, certainly, and,
Yes.
and a few others. Bill Burr, if we could get him, but I don't know. They just don't want to spend money on anybody.
But, so I mentioned
anybody.
I mentioned the Worst of the Week countdown, and Opie instantly said, "Yeah, we don't listen to it."
I've never heard it.
Here's the Opie and Anthony show.
I just ask Sam every once in a while, did it sound good? He goes, yeah. I'm like, all right, that's good enough for me.
Starring Jim Norton. Many fine bits during the week. However, it's now become the best appearances of Sam and E-Rock counted down.
Oh boy.
Every week.
I will put
Wait,
any
what?
I'll put any worst of the week countdown lineup, and you tell me any bit that didn't appear that should have appeared.
You can, but it's obvious that none of the executive talent on the show vote on what gets put
But
on.
that was made clear. Every show we say Sam and E-Rock choose because nobody else bothers.
Bothers.
I mean, nobody wants to.
No, Laszlo, I would love to beat him up for that, but
nobody wants
he's
the
right.
job, so Sam and
They beat us
E-Rock
down
get to...
so much. It's better just to walk away from this place as quickly as possible.
And then they introduce them, and they say, here's a really funny bit that stars both me and E-Rock.
Jesus,
So they're
is that what they're
sabotaging
doing?
this whole thing and turning it into the Sam and E-Rock channel. Is that what you're saying, Laszlo?
Yes.
There's no sabotage, but if E-Rock and Sam are going to do the weekend show for free, it's going to be highlighting E-Rock and Sam.
Wait, the show for free, aren't you salaried?
To produce the Opie and Anthony show. I'm not salaried as an air talent.
Yeah, they're always giving extra work out.
Producers produce air
I have to
talent.
defend. I have to defend him on that one too.
But you're happy to do that faggoty airshift pop thing or whatever you're doing?
Yeah, because I'm on it.
But you're on this too.
Right,
Are
so
you
I can
getting
put myself on it.
Are you getting paid for that other thing?
No, but I can say whatever I want.
Well, you obviously say whatever you want on this too.
Precisely.
But and here's the other thing that they do when they introduce the bit. Since you guys don't listen, when they introduce part of the,
I'm learning something.
The
today.
joy of comedy is surprise. You know, the amazing one of the amazing one-liners of Jim Norton. Thank you. These guys, before they play the clip, will tell you everything funny that happens in the fucking clip.
I have heard that. I have heard that.
So basically, what they're saying is two Jews are approaching a bar, which is not a big deal since they are the owners. Hear the clip. I mean, you're like, wait.
Yes.
All right, I got it.
Why are you just staring at Jimmy, Laszlo?
No, because he was talking.
Oh, okay.
That's polite.
Yes.
But he understands what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's giving away the
So
punchline.
they give away all the punchlines to the bits.
So you'll maybe have 10 segments, and 5 of them, typically in the top 5, are either E-Rock or you.
Well, I mean, since E-Rock and I are the ones voting, I personally feel like the ones that I'm involved in deserve to be right up there.
But you guys are each $30,000 a year talent, and these are $1 million a year
But they're
talent.
on there too.
But see, yeah. But it's always about you, is what I'm saying. You could make it about them.
Well, are you complaining? What are you complaining about? That they're not voting? Complain to them.
Well, your job is not to push your agenda.
I personally hate countdowns. I lost that battle. I don't even want a countdown on this channel. I really don't. I want live programming on the weekends, and I want the company to do the right thing and pay these guys because they're very talented and would keep the audience during the weekends.
Is your point, Laszlo, that you think that if Sam has...
I cared what the fuck I had to say, but that's okay.
That's not that I didn't care what you had to say. It was just...
All right, sorry, go ahead.
Nothing.
So it starts Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern. It's the worst of the week countdown.
See, what I see is you put on this show. No one else wants to bother with the countdown aspect of it. I don't really care about the countdown thing. I think number 10 is just as good as number 2. It's just as good as 5 and 1. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
But the Laszlo does make a good point when he says that the over-explaining of the bit is a bit much. I have heard that.
Well,
the banter, the back and forth banter.
Hey, do you want a countdown?
Yeah, we were asked to do this.
I wouldn't care.
Why don't you care?
No, I wouldn't care if it's a countdown or it's just.
But wouldn't it make more sense to keep live programming going during the weekends?
Live programming would be the best, but
and we
I
were
know
doing
that's-
that, and it was,
I know that's
it was
impossible.
it was
now.
successful though. These little, I was going to say little shows. That's not nice. But these shows like Laszlo and Patrice were doing,
Yeah, but that's
they had
out of the question.
audiences.
I would love to have that. That's what I would love.
So what's the problem?
There's no one down the hall that wants to give any money. So we have to do these countdown things.
And also, every other break, you're not giving their Twitters. You're giving your Twitters.
Correct. Yes. That's another thing. And how come one of the promos switched our Twitters for yours?
Me and E-Rock like to play games.
Is that it? It's
they also joke
you
about
can reach Anthony at, and then it goes to like E-Rock's Twitter.
Well, they also joke about Steve getting fired every week.
Yeah, we call Steve gay, fat, and fired every week.
they're basically doing a show within a countdown show.
Exactly.
And that's
Twitter.
I think that's Laszlo's point.
That Twitter promo changed before Christmas. That's been running, so thanks for listening.
E-Rock and me decided several months ago. I'm glad Laszlo finally brought this up. That we were just going to start.
You're not.
That we were just going to start doing stuff until somebody told us to stop because
it's really not the way
nobody's listening.
No, people are listening on the weekend.
And Eric and me get lots of compliments from fans when we ask.
Oh, do you?
Do you?
Absolutely.
So basically, you're saying
like to see some of those.
Well, I could print them out.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, Twitter responses.
Laszlo, you don't like the fact that Sam is technically correct, that since they're voting, they get to choose, but you don't like the fact that just because he's voting doesn't mean it should be a self-promotion. You're saying that he's taking advantage of the fact that he's
I can
voting.
tell that they're voting because it's the whole weekend's about Sam and E-Rock. And a lot of times I'm busy during the week and I don't get to hear. It's like, oh, great, I get to hear another segment of Sam.
See, now, if that isn't what I think is, or you think is really one of the top 10 things, maybe you're being a little biased because you're.
And here's a concept. How about you let the fucking listening audience vote? Why don't you list the segments and let them vote?
Now.
Because we have to get it done. We have
Right.
to do it on
Yeah.
Friday. When are they
Right.
going to vote?
Yeah.
And we didn't come up with the concept.
They can vote during the week.
But how are they going to vote for Friday? What if
Like,
Friday
soon as
is the
there's a-
number one bit?
like
Sam's getting a little plucky.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean,
this whole
it's-
thing. Hold on, like you, when we learned that you got a circumcision at the age of 19,
Yeah,
that's
does that mean
obviously
that's
going to be
not
on the-
gonna make the top
That's
5?
obviously going to be on the countdown. But after that bit plays the first time on our show, then you would know the bits people like because the reaction would be pretty high, right? So they could vote during the week.
Well, I mean, but something has to be set up for that. That's out of our hands.
And there's no more website. I've had a child. You understand? There's no time for websites and logos.
But now that you said that's not
Foundry diapers.
But isn't it somebody's job then to go, well, that isn't set up. That would be a good idea. Let me go ahead and set that up.
I'm not a web designer. I can't design.
I don't mean a
polls.
web designer. I mean like to say, all right, we got to figure out how the audience can give us their feedback as to what is the best bit or what they enjoyed the most and get it to us. Who would you approach with that problem?
How about approaching Twitter? Opie does it all the time. You'll see Opie tweet and say, hey, what about this? Let's comment about this. And stuff floods in. All you'd have to do is tweet on Friday morning, hey, guys, what do you vote for the best segments of the week?
Yeah, but then you get from the audience, it's like, oh, that line Jim had Tuesday about his cell phone, that should be number
You're
one.
gonna throw them all out. Well, I guess unless they're E-Rock and Sam bits.
Why can't one of the bits be just one line from Jim Norton? Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, it could.
Here's one line from Jim Norton, and here's what it was.
In 8th place this week is this line from Jim Norton. That'd be great.
But if other people,
you should do that as a goof anyway. That'd be hilarious.
If other
Throw out
people
all the rules.
wanted to work on the show, we haven't been exclusive about it. I mean, we're not.
Does anyone supervise you guys with the
No,
countdown?
they just tell us to do it.
I've had a child. You don't understand.
Yes, very
No,
busy.
there's other guys that should be
They say we don't
really
tease
supervising
the
them.
material enough.
Yeah, the intros.
Who likes countdowns? Who's bringing
We were
that
told
idea
to do
was
a
this?
countdown.
Music
We were told
channels.
to do the intros. These are things that we've been told to do,
Wasn't
so we
that
make
the
the
thing
best
that
out
like
of it.
satellite radio was supposed to get away from was the traditional
Yes.
radio bullshit.
Yes,
and the
XM was-
countdown is one of the most hack traditional radio things ever.
We didn't come up with the idea.
Oh, I
We-
know.
yeah.
I know. I'm not blaming you for
Okay.
that. No way.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't come up with the idea. You just somehow turned it to be all about yourself.
But I've never made any secret about that. We intro the bits and say, yeah, this is here because I'm in it.
And what I'm hearing you say is that you basically thought you'd keep doing that until one of these guys noticed.
Until you said stop, and then, okay.
Yeah, we never
But
noticed.
Laszlo noticed because
And you
we
know
don't listen, and Laszlo was listening.
Do you blame Sam though? I would have taken advantage of the same
Why
situation.
wouldn't I put my bits in?
Sure. If he takes advantage of his own mother with laundry, why would he take advantage of the good nature of this program?
That
There
is
you
true.
go. How many bits are you featured in this week, Sam?
Well,
2?
Sam has 2 for this week.
How many do you have?
How many do you have?
None this week.
and it's also like E-Rock puking. Yeah, that's going to be high up.
That's better than Ian.
All right. What are your 2 bits?
Oh, by the way, E-Rock doesn't like Ian Halperin.
You don't?
Oh.
Not at all. He said the show was a little
He
slow.
slows down the show a bit.
That's always good to hear when you're in the bathroom in between breaks. E-Rock, how's the show? A little slow.
I said
thanks,
it's better now that
Fatso.
Laszlo's here. Ian was slowing down the show a little bit.
All right. You always got to tell the truth.
But even
Yeah, and
even
then I
that
brought
was
it
a
to a
backward
screeching halt.
No, then that was a backward compliment too, because he goes, but Laszlo's here to sort of pick it up. I'm like, oh wow, thanks.
Damn. What's your 2 bits you're featured in this week?
Well,
Circumcision.
the circumcision and the mommy issues get separated into 2.
Those are good ones. Sure.
Wait a minute.
And that's because
why separated?
Otherwise, you got like
so
a
that he can
55-minute
tease them
bit.
through about 8 breaks. So there's some good stuff coming up.
Because
you can hear me cackling in the background on this next clip.
And then because the tease is number one, the teases are asked for.
Yeah.
And number two, timing wise, they said we don't want hour-long clips. So if you have an
Talk
hour,
to me like a child. You got your hand out and you're talking to me like a child.
because I'm being accused of stuff.
I wasn't accused. I asked you what were the bits. What have I accused you of right here?
Well, you were the way you said how you guys said how is that 2 bits?
It's snarky. What have I accused you of?
I'm sorry.
You really are. This whole what I did was it has to be cut up into two. What am I, a fucking intern?
Yeah, what is he's the boss?
I didn't mean that towards you. It's just my line of
I
sight.
was making my bones when you still had a fucking pinhole for a pee hole. That's right, motherfucker.
No, the reason it's separated into 2 bits is because of timing. They don't want hour-long clips on the countdown.
What's timing?
Why don't they want hour-long countdown?
Because the audience won't sit around and listen to something that goes more than maybe 20 minutes.
But they listen to it when it's happening live.
We did the whole thing.
Oh, this is why I call them babysitters.
We were told to cut things
What is
down.
their experience with a show like ours? I'm still waiting for the answer to that question.
We were told to cut things down to 20 to 30 minutes. So when you got an hour-long bit with 2 topics, you got 2 bits.
So by that thinking, O&A can go home at 6:30.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Because we pretty much do full breaks of an hour.
That's like when pop stations cut Stairway to Heaven in half because they didn't think they would sit through the whole fucking song. What are they talking about?
Yeah, I would say you should play something. If it's an hour, play it for an hour.
Right.
Well, we played Cherry Darts in its entirety, which was #1 last week. It went almost an hour. We didn't cut that, but
I understand you chop some things out where maybe it is a little slow.
Cut
but
the fat.
Cut the fat.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jimmy.
But-
But not the whole fucking thing to 20 minutes.
condensing is what they say we need to do.
But there'll be weeks where you'll have some amazing comedians or celebrities in.
Right. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to fucking get involved.
And
with
I don't
that.
hear.
This
I don't.
sucks.
I'm like, I can't wait to hear that clip. But it's always about. Oh, here comes Sam. He brought a funny bit for Opie, and he's going to describe it for the next 45 minutes.
Oh, man.
I don't think we've ever left out any comedians or celebrities.
Nope.
I don't. I mean, our priority is to put the celebrities on. I don't think we've ever left out.
But have you ever done this at the end of a Friday show? Walked in, hey guys, putting together the worst of the week. Anything pop out of your head that would be good to put on it?
At the end of a Friday show? No, because I'd walk into an empty room. They're gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, wow.
All of a sudden,
How are you going to defend that, though, Ant? Really?
But sorry, after 4.5 hours of constant talking.
I didn't say it was a bad thing.
About and doing a program and really trying to be high energy at fucking an ungodly hour in the morning.
Right.
Sorry that when my shift is over, I want to get the fuck out of where I work.
You're allowed to.
And Sam's,
Oh, am I?
I didn't say you
couldn't. No, you didn't. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You didn't say I couldn't.
And Sam's
Good thing
lying.
You didn't say I couldn't.
Sam's lying, too. Let's go to Paul. Paul.
Hey there, Paul.
Hey, guys. Yeah, Sam's lying. They're advertising the dumbest interns that he was all over. He was completely involved in that one, too.
Oh, so you're advertising the dumbest interns of all time on the Opie and Anthony show, which you were a huge part of. That means you have
The
3
promo-
bits this week.
Yeah, I didn't even think. The promo, though.
Oh.
The promo is set up so it's main clip, and then there's a clip of it. Main clip, and then there's a clip of it, and then 2 minor ones. This week's promo says / George Wendt, and then quickly at the end, without clips to back them up, it says my dick and the dumbest intern.
Wait, we had George Wendt made the countdown?
Yeah, we don't leave out celebrities.
That means we had a slow week. What number is that?
And my point was come in at the break before the end of the show, like, right around now, and ask the head guys what they would like on their weekend program.
Laszlo, thanks to you, now Sam has 4 bits on the countdown.
Yes,
This is number 1.
oh, man.
4 bits.
Hold on, let's get some feedback on this stupid thing. Let's say hi to Flip in Kentucky. Flip.
You all need to shut the hell up. Sam and E-Rock do a fine job on the countdown.
Thank you.
Oh, really?
Glad your uncle listens.
We've had very little negative feedback from fans.
But Laszlo's point is that probably nobody listens because they don't like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. If they don't like it, they're just not going to listen.
Yeah, that's what Laszlo's point is.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say on that? I mean, if they're not
But
listening,
you've
they're not listening.
admitted that you've made the weekend countdown about you.
Yeah.
They did it as a goof, though.
That's like robbing a bank as a goof.
Right.
You're like, yeah, I robbed the bank, I spent the money, but it was a goof.
Yeah, I was kidding.
I was going to keep doing it until I got caught.
I mean, there's never been an instance where it's like, obviously, Sam put himself as number one when it should have been this. It's never happened because I always
The numbers
put...
don't matter. The numbers. If you're in number one, it doesn't matter. You're number 10, number one.
And there's been very few instances where there's a bit of mine that's on that shouldn't be on. I'll stand by every bit that I put on.
Wow. Ooh, he is.
Do you run the list by anybody?
Cocksure.
Because I know the guys that are running the channel, sort of, they don't really listen.
Ever
to the
since he
channel
lost his
full-time.
foreskin, he just feels like he can come
he's a
in
new
and-
man.
He really is.
Who do you run the bits by?
They ask what's like number one, number two, and what bits are on the countdown.
Who's they?
Bladder, Cross.
Oh, really? So
Bladder,
they are
Bladder
kind of
every
involved?
weekend will say, "Hey, Sam, what made number one this week?"
Shouldn't they independently get a little list together, maybe?
You'd
and then you
think.
go through that list and go, well, and then you hone the list?
They would, if they want. It's not my place to tell them.
Do
to
they
do
listen
that,
to the
but
channel full time?
They're supposed to, I think.
Some people are taking Sam's race into consideration and saying he's being uppity.
No.
You're being uppity.
If anything, it's equal opportunity.
You were getting a bit preachy.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
talking to Ant like, what do you know?
Talking down to the
Yeah.
fucking white man.
Yeah, hey, Ginzo, this is how I do it.
Listen, Wop.
I
didn't
didn't mean
like
to
that.
talk down to Anthony. I respect Anthony, Opie, Jimmy,
And
and
Never
Laszlo.
do best up for a Wop.
You respect Laszlo, who brought this to everyone's attention?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
How do
mean,
you
he
feel
gave me
about
another
Laszlo?
bit.
Jesus.
Oh, this whole thing.
This
is
will
gonna be-
absolutely make the countdown.
Wow, that's almost.
Can we get
like
rid of the
some
George
kind of-
Wendt?
Yes.
Yeah, this will be
Gone.
George Wendt now.
This will replace
George Wendt was
Wendt.
electric.
What a drunk thing.
Is that terrible?
Well, if you're giving me the honk.
Or maybe you have like somebody in the office that week gets to pick the best bits. You know? Or maybe
Yes.
maybe it's Jimmy saying, "I thought these were the best bits from the week."
Anybody's welcome to do it.
But you've never asked.
No one's ever consulted.
No one's ever offered either.
Yeah, I
So-
mean,
What do you mean never offered?
No one came in and said, "Hey, I think this should be number 2 or number 1 on the countdown."
But it's not their job. Their job is to sit in these chairs and be funny
And create the number
right,
two
and
and
tell,
number
and
one.
tell
That's
racist
right.
jokes and make fun of Steve.
And
That
we
is
create
their-
plenty of number 2.
Hey, is that a herd of buffalo?
Yes.
Oh, God, the great buffalo hunt.
Wow.
You can also do your best in the game to make all the buffalo extinct.
Please don't shoot me.
Yes.
They have a running count?
Yes. But there's huge herds of them.
Why is this horse's tail hanging off my forehead?
You don't understand. I've just had cubs.
Yes, stop, please. Hold, ceasefire.
It's changed my whole outlook on life. I get very angry when somebody gets near my cub.
All right, well, Sam and E-Rock continue doing a good job. No one's...
Would you like me
No
to
one's
come in
bothering
and
you.
start asking you guys
Hell fucking
what
no.
order you want bits in or what bits you want on the weekend?
Nope.
All right, then.
'Cause
We'll
I-
keep doing what we're doing.
I think we could do better than a countdown, but...
Not Sam and E-Rock Radio on Twitter. Thank you.
Thank you very much, E-Rock.
There they go.
Sounds to me like
There it is, the 2 stars of
the weekend.
countdown.
the whole show.
There it is. Yeah, the,
Yeah, the whole show.
really.
Dude, sometimes some of their intros are like 5 to 10 minutes.
I have heard.
Like,
I do listen on Saturday when I'm driving around. I do pop on and listen, and I know exactly what you're getting at. It is these long, drawn out, and completely blow it for the bit thing. Like you're waiting for this build up, the crescendo, and they've already told you what's going to happen.
yeah, exactly. Or it's like this. Hey, you know what's great about Saturday night? Huh? Yeah, my show tonight.
Yeah, they plug the shows.
You know that the
constantly.
babysitters are finding out for the first time that this is going down? Now they're going to make believe they knew the whole time, and they're going to sit them down and go, well, we got to make some adjustments.
Yeah.
They found out for the first time that the weekends are a complete wreck around
Oh, dude,
here.
it after the
And it's running itself.
it went to anarchy on the weekends. It really did.
All right, we have to meet with...
Yeah, we got a meeting. We have a little meeting.
What's this meeting about?
We're going to... They say it's about Stars 2,
Oh,
is
yeah,
it?
yeah. It's about the...
We're going to be on Sirius for a month free or something.
Yeah, one of those
Oh,
free,
good.
free
Yeah,
things.
starting Monday.
That's all.
Oh, really? Nice.
So for some reason he needs to tell us that or talk to us about it.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess it's just time for FaceTime.
Yeah, we'll see.
Makes him happy.
I got my accountant to go to, so I can't stay long. And then, I know. And then I have I got to play. Come on. Dead Redemption.
The big plug.
I'm on.
Red Dead Redemption came out 2 days ago. Xbox 360, PS3. You can go purchase guns in the game from Anthony.
Yes.
And also, the great Ron Bennington is a lawman in this.
Lawman Ron Bennington.
Yes.
Nice. Oh, that I want to
So
hear.
I will be playing some clips of that at noon today, noon Eastern.
Can you tune in any radio shows during the game?
No, radio wasn't real popular in 1910.
You can hear some Morse code.
Yeah, exactly.
If you can figure it out.
All right, Laszlo, always a pleasure. Enjoy
Yes.
Croatia. Come back alive, please.
Yeah, I'll come back with one leg.
No,
don't say that.
How would you surf?
Then you'll be Laszloa.
All right, that actually wasn't too bad, Chip. Terrible.
And I'll be at the Borgata July 2nd and 3rd. I'm sorry people are sick of these plugs.
So will I.
Yes, you will.
I am absolutely going.
Anthony will be there the 1st through the 11th. I'll be there the 2nd and 3rd. And I'll be in Seattle Friday the 28th, and then Caroline's here in New York.
Did you even get
the 3rd to the 6th of June.
You even get to see Jim the last time you were down
We
there?
did. We hung out. Actually. No, I went down and watched you gamble. He didn't see the show.
No, I didn't go to the show.
Kenny's like, I'm not sure if Anthony's coming. I'm like, he hasn't gotten out of bed in 32 hours.
If they could wheel a table in, a blackjack table in, to the venue where you're playing, Jimmy, and I will just sit there with the dealer and play.
But you
And
should-
then occasionally I'll look over and go, ha, 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 Jimmy, hit me.
You should support Jimmy, though. Take a couple hours from the
Well,
game.
he supported Jimmy by spending, $500,000 or whatever the fuck it was down there.
Yes, where do you think Jimmy's pay comes from?
Exactly.
From my fucking blackjack table.
You want to just hand me the money before I leave on a Friday? Please.
Call it even, right?
They're going to give me a lot of dates because they know that the fucking whale is a friend of mine. Hey, Norton hangs out with fucking Bank Book McGillicuddy.
All right. You know what? Good point. Good point. Laszlo, thank you. We got to get out of here. We really have a
Thanks,
meeting to get
guys.
to, so. Ron and Fez
What time
at
are you
11.
going to be home? I'm going to see your baby today right after work.
Oh.
Let's make it 10:45. Okay. I'll be there at 11. Jimmy's seeing my baby. When are you going to see my baby at?
I got to get over the house. I don't
And
know
I'm not
when
bringing
I'm
the baby
available.
here anytime soon.
No?
I'm not going to be a
No.
Steve and bring a baby around.
Why not?
Its soul would be taken out.
That's right.
That's true.
Because my baby's not going to be that thing.
That thing?
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah.
You could bring the baby, though, right?
No, you
can't
come and see my baby.
I come and see the baby?
Yeah, I don't ask for much from you. Come see my fucking baby. Go see the baby.
Come see your baby.
Jimmy's seeing my baby.
I could come see the baby.
Jimmy's going to hold my baby.
Jimmy lives across the street from the baby.
Dude, you could be over my house in 10 minutes with your ride. Someone will watch your car out front.
We know who that someone is.
No.
Okay.
Don't touch it.
Get away from the vehicle.
That's a bird.
Right.
He's got more brains than him.
That's the bird talking to him.
Bird outsmarts
Stop
him.
shitting on the windshield. Okay.
All right, Jimmy sees the baby. Yeah, that's nice. That
all
makes me
right.
happy.
I'm healthy and ready.
I don't get to come see the baby.
You want to come see the baby?
I'll come see the baby after Croatia.
Laszlo, have you seen the baby?
After Croatia?
I'll come back after Croatia.
Uh-oh.
That would be
God
nice.
knows what he's going to bring back from Croatia.
Can we spray you down
Right,
afterwards?
come back with-
Croatian fungus.
Give the baby cholera.
I'm going to wash my hands.
1800s disease.
Before I hold the baby, I'll wash my hands.
Do you hold babies?
Yeah, of course I do. I do it seated, though, because I don't want the little heads to flop back, but
Oh,
I
Uncle
sit down.
Paul.
This kid is already holding its head up on its own. I don't know what we gave birth to.
Hold your head up.
I mean, it was late, 11 days late, 9 pounds, 4 ounces. I think it said thank you this morning when I was feeding it. And it sneezed.
Oh, I thought when you left.
You know what? Wait till you meet the baby. You're going to see a very mini version of me.
Wow.
He's got a bit of a tood already.
Right.
He's calling everybody that he works with me sitters.
Right on. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Laszlo's going to be on Ron and Fez, so
Yes,
check that
tune
out.
in, Ron and Fez.
Sure, in a little bit.